that. Come into the room, family. Come into the room. Apologize for the mic. I am the H-Town vet, and I'd like to welcome you to this live stream, place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans and their dependents. And family, we're glad that you're here. Everybody's coming to the house. Kevin speaking early, saying good evening, veteran family. Then we have Lifestyle Change that says good evening, vets. Good, he said a good evening, H-Town vet and Root family. Looking forward. Oh, y'all was responding early to the game. Family, I want to thank y'all for being so kind and patient to me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I feel a strong connection to the family here because we are family. A Lifestyle Change says evening. Oh, she come in at me. You know, Betty Bob's going to get on me. She says, H-Town, hello. Hope you got some real good rest. I got real good rest drinking that ginger root tea. I didn't drink none of the ginger root tea today. I must confess. And I have some in there. I'm going to boil some when I get off from here. I've been sleeping. I slept to about 11 a.m., but I ain't go to bed about 4. But I did. That's because I was sleeping most of the day yesterday. It rained a lot, and they were working on that fence over there, and I got them to do part for my neighbor, and they did a part of mine. That made me feel so much more comfortable because the fence is a 7-foot fence, so people can't look over it. And it was amazing of how much stress it reduces from me. I'm able to open my windows, and you know, I got hedges on the back because somebody can't see me, and I don't have no neighbors directly behind me. But on the sides, I didn't like that. Now Betty Bob say hello, Lifestyle Changes, and Kevin Cobart Sr. and the missus. Then Jay Oliver says, hello, family. Oh, look who was in here, just made my day. Betty Bops is here, but Alaskan Ice has come through. I am so grateful and humbled to have all of you here. Y'all don't know how much it means to me for y'all to be here supporting. You understand what I'm saying? Benny says, hello, H-Town and chat family. Look at it. Where else can you call a chat a family? Have you ever heard of that? Now look, now listen to what this brother just, Jay Oliver, can I make it full screen for us, family? Because it's all about you tonight. I want to let you know we're going to break some information down, of course. Jay Oliver, praise God. I just received my 100% permanent and total just now. Huh? God gave us this live stream. Huh? My Lord. Man, let me say a quick prayer. Lord, we want you to thank you, God, for blessing Brother Jay Oliver with his 100% permanent and total. We ask that you continue to bless the veteran family with their benefits to get the much needed benefits that they need. And if those who are lacking, help them, Lord, toward that 100% permanent and total. We ask you these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Oh, I'm so happy. Family, I don't know why y'all put up with me. I just don't know why y'all put up with me. I just don't. And look at my brother. You see, that's just like a family member of mine. Something good just happened to Jay Oliver. Now I'm deflecting, talking about me. I'm the one at the family reunion talking about, don't nobody love me. Say, go get that dude a beer so he can chill out. What about me? Now listen, Betty Bob said Alaskan Ice High. And Betty Bob says, congratulations to Jay. Betty Bob says, Benny. And then Lifestyle Changes says, congratulations, Jay Oliver. Now, and Betty Bob say, Jay Oliver, congratulations out there peacocking. Huh? You gonna get that Cadillac? Come on and tell us now, Jay. Now, Charleston said, hi, H-Town family. 69 degrees and cloudy. Rain in forecast tonight and tornado warning. So make sure y'all be safe. Make sure you have enough water, my brother. And y'all go to the center of the house where there's no windows if things get bad, okay? Have that emergency plan in place. And we wish and pray for you and your family and all of you, regardless of where you at. Now, Lifestyle Changes says, hello, Betty Bops. Now, Benny says, hello, Betty Bops. And so does Betty Bops. And then we got Benny, who says, hello, Alaskan Ice. Betty Bops says, Brother Charleston, hi. And Alaskan Ice speaking. And drop a couple of scriptures. Yes. Well, one thing, let me tell you one thing. Only the things that you do for Christ will last. And Christ is represented through us. Let me explain that. Because he said, how could you love me? You know, you say, when I was hungry, you didn't feed me. When I was sick, you didn't come see about me. And the disciples got all in their feelings and saying, when did we ever do that to you? He said, what you do to the least of mine, you've done to me. Huh? When they asked him, why are you hanging around with these prostitutes and tax collectors, these hustlers out here? He said, because those that are whole don't need a doctor. The ones that sick need a doctor. So if you sitting here helping people that's already millionaires get 100%, that's okay if they deserve it. But what about the people that deserve it that got denied 10, 11, 12 times? I'm not going to start preaching here tonight. Huh? I might take myself to the altar. Charlton say, congratulations, Jay Oliver. And he say, that's funny, H-Town. Yes, indeed. And then Alaskan Ice saying, hi, congratulations to him too. Now, H-Town, much love for you. Well, I got love for y'all because anybody that put up with me and my ranting, I thank you. I appreciate you. You know, sometimes this is the only place I have where I can vent because I hold stuff for years, and I'm not saying I hold it in anger, but I do have a little frustration sometimes. People be thinking I'm stupid. I see everything going on. It's just not worth dealing with it. And we're going to talk about that tonight. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. In the song of Kenny Rogers, who is from Houston, Texas. He grew up in Fourth Ward, but he grew up in the projects. You know, the black people lived in houses and he used to play with the kids. He was in the projects back then in the 50s. You know, it was the white people in the projects first. Did you know that? Now, Lifestyle Change says 73 degrees and overcast skies. What about, let's see what Betty Bops. 67 degrees, tornado watch, advised to go into the basements. Y'all go in the basements if you have to. Texas, we don't really have basements. I saw one home that had a partial basement. That was kind of strange to see that, given the fact that we at we actually at what do you call it? Sea level. Now, Rose City D say, good evening, H-Town Vet. Salute the chat. Salute the chat, because without the chat, the channel wouldn't be much of nothing, just me talking. I'm not saying that it wasn't doing good, but by us coming in here, the Bible say that they were overcome by the words of Tony. So by us talking and confessing about our struggles, our triumphs, the good things that happened to us, like what happened to our brother tonight, Jay Oliver. Come on now. Yes, and you know what's amazing about this here? Y'all are an incredible group. Let me explain why. When Alaskan Ice got 100%, she didn't say, I got what I needed from this group, I'm gone. She didn't just leave. When Jay Oliver got his 100%, when Dogface Soldier got his 100%, when several others got their 100%, they didn't come up here and say, yeah, I like to thank other people, not you, H-Town. They didn't come up here stunting. They still come in and contribute. Where did you get that type of motivation, Alaskan Ice, where you're still helping people? You got your benefits now. Can't you sit back and chill? Jay Oliver, you got your benefits. You could have said, I got what I needed. I got the paper now. I don't need to talk to them. Why are you still here, brother? Talk to me, family. And everybody speaking to each other. Now listen to what our brother says. J. Oliver says, family, your prayers and support helped me keep the faith and fight the good fight. See, here's the thing. Listen, without works is dead. Okay, the Bible says. So being alone, he say, if you show me your faith without works, I'll show you my faith through and your commitment to completing these claims, to stand at it, even when you get denials, even when the VA said it's deferred, even when the VA say they don't have enough evidence, even when they send you to another exam and overdevelop your claim when it's already fully developed. This is frustrating, family. And sometimes they put you in dangerous situations that we talked about, and we're going to talk about a little tonight. Rose City D's talking to Oliver. Salute for that 100%. Now listen, Charleston said, H-Town, quit sending tornadoes up north, please. I say, Lord, you say I got to be more specific in my, so I need to pray, Lord, just send them, just go around Texas. Don't say that because they might go somewhere else. All right. I'm going to ask God to send them out in the oceans. Boy, family, y'all are so wonderful. Now, Betty Bob says, hold on, let me see, can I get this here? Minimize this. Y'all have been so wonderful tonight. Sometimes I wonder why y'all don't just give up on me. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy, but I appreciate you. Betty Bob says, shipmates, that's right. Why both of y'all got tornado warnings? You know what I'm saying? And then lifestyle greetings to Rose City D. And then listen what Alaskanite says. I like helping people. The VA benefits, the VBA process can be hard and confusing. So my question to you, sister, since it is hard and confusing and it was stressful to you and you had to learn sometime trial by error, why do you want to put yourself through that again by helping other people when it was stressful for you on your own? So helping other people, that can be a little irritating when you seeing how they getting messed over. Let us know what keeps you motivated. What lets you know that you ain't gonna stop? Or let me just ask you, Alaskan Ice, will there be a time that you retire from helping people with their claims and putting out information? You just gonna sit back and relax? Let us know. Lifestyle Changes says, blessed in Alaskan Ice. Look, we didn't even know, many of us, that what was so hard about it, family. Can we talk? Many of us was fighting the VA individually, going through the process on our own, and we didn't have a place where we could come together and commune with one another and support one another, but we got that now, don't we? Now, here was the fears. Come on, let's talk about it. Well, I said, if I go online, I'm gonna be the target of the VA. The VA gonna target me and mess with my benefits. All kind of doubt try to go in. But you know what? I said they already target me. They already try to take me out. Thank you so much. And Lifestyle Changes says blessings, Alaskan Ice. Betty Bob says 5 likes and 8 watching. We glad that y'all in here. This is an impromptu live, and we thank you for being so incredibly patient and understanding when we have impromptu lives, because everybody can't make it on the same night. I was able to get my rest, and let me tell y'all something. I hate to be quoting Bible. We got to understand something. I grew up. I grew up with people that were extremely religious. It was a church, not almost on every corner. Every block had a church on it, pretty much. Sometimes 2. Ooh, I was about to say something too. Man, I forgot what I was about to say. Now, Alaskan Ice says, I know a lot more now. Whenever I got denied, I just fought harder. Let me ask y'all a question. I want y'all to be honest with me. How do you feel when you struggle so hard to get your benefits, and now if you help people and other people help? I think I did, sister. I did. I had it last time, but it wouldn't come up. So let me see if my internet's cutting up, because I'm gonna have to do something where I get some more extenders, because sometimes it do that. But we'll check and make sure it's there. I checked and I didn't see any extra but what you had before, and it say blessings to you. Now Betty Bob said, she asked me about that. Definitely, I'm going to get into that. Now, family, it's such a how can I say, a wonderful day. Let us know what you're going through. Jay, tell us, what did they give you? TDIU, permanent total. They gave you 100% permanent total. Did they tell you about your benefits? And is there anything that y'all could tell him when you receive your benefits, some of the first things that you did? Help Jay Oliver out. What's some of the first things that he needs to do in a timely manner? For example, there are certain things like Champ VA. If you got family members, you need to go ahead and sign up for Champ VA, right? What are the other things that they should file for? Because that's that healthcare insurance. Give Jay, those of you that are 100% and fighting to get it, what are some of the things that you would advise that he needs to do in a timely manner, that there's a good time frame on making sure you get that done? And we're going to go into that email to make sure, Betty Bobs, that we got that M21. Let us know. So this one came out this afternoon, so I will definitely look at it. Now, give us some, let me ask you this here, that now what I was saying, what can you do? What is the checklist? Some of the things that Jay needs to do when it comes to his benefits. What are some of the things, the first things you did? Tell me, Alaskanite, some of the first things you did when you got your 100% concerning the benefits. Did you run off copies of your award letter? Did you go get your tax exemption if they offered it, which I'm sure they did? What are some of the easiest things? Did you get your disabled veteran license plate? What did you do? Did you go over the form and see? Oh, look, oh, here we go. Now, chapter 35 for the kids. What age they got to be? 23 and under, right? What were some of the biggest things? Did you do most of it on your own, or did you go along with the kids and help them? Because you can, like, listen here, with chapter 35, when you're 100% permanent total, 100% TDIU, they can get chapter 35 educational benefits. And if you need to be on, like, because they talk directly to them, but if they need you for stuff, you can help. And my daughter put me on as a third party something. And that's why I can talk when she was at school and she didn't know what to do. And so I got the information to them because it's under them. Now, yes, went to the dentist. The first thing you did was went to the dentist. Who, when they got their 100% permanent total, went to the dentist? What's some of the first things you did? Let me see what I did. I'm going to tell you what I did. And tell us, if you don't have it, what are some of the things you're going to do when you get your 100%? What's some of the first things you're going to do? Now, let's see. I'm going to tell you what I did. Oh, the Champ VA. For my daughter, okay? I got the Champ VA for my daughter. And family, y'all are really making this thing worth it. I'm gonna tell you that I'm about to read what our brother said here, and we thank him for being here. Brother Charleston. He says, now listen, family, y'all need to be listening to this, because you, even if you don't have 100%, you need to prepare. The first thing I did when I know I was going toward 100%, learning everything I needed to know that I could. about it. You know what the first thing I did? It wasn't, let's see what our brother said here. He says, H-Town, Scuttlebucket for Pastor Dougie Collins is VAB has reduced 20% of the claim backlog. Oh, you're going to have to give him his praise, his props. Huh? What if I have the Reverend Dr. Doug Collins come on here and speak to us? And I'm going to say, I think our brother Charleston Zimmerman would like to come live and speak with you. Huh? You gonna give him his props, huh? Oh, Champ VA was one of the first ones, but actually the first one was when I found out they sent in the paperwork. And let me know if they sent this in your paperwork. The one about the that you could get a waiver of your student loan waivers. That blew my mind. Oh, I hate to hear that. Listen what my sister say. My daughter is 24 and just started getting, okay, she will see if she can get 2024. She got paid from January to May, but they got to go back to your effective date, sister. So even if they don't pay for so much now, she needs to be in on it, because when she was under 23, they're supposed to be paying her for that Alaskan Ice. So what are your effective date? About 2 years ago, right? Let us know. Look at our brother just arrived. Hello, H-Town and everyone. Love. I love you, love. And I thank you for putting up with me. I thank you for keeping me in line, because I need you in my life, brother. And I thank you for being here. You look like I'm softening him up like I want to borrow some money, huh? Now, lifestyle change to say, yeah, I see that, Charleston. He was here in Indy yesterday, and I seen it on the local news. I'm at what's Indy? What's that? Indiana? Where's that at? Let me know what that is. Alaskan Ice says she will get Chapter 35 until she's 26. Okay, I'm crazy because I thought it ran out. Why I thought it ran, I forgot. Remember, I'm the one told y'all it's 26. But what happened? My daughter, she's 22 and hers to run out because she's been using this. She went to school a little early, so it's all gone. Yes, indeed. But she used it great. She got her master's degree with it. Let's see. They said sometimes there are exceptions. I have not looked into that yet. Yes. Let us know. Now, love say, just arrive. You know what? If she's going to get until she's 26, this is what you ought to do. Tell her she want to take some extra classes so she can handle it. Do more classes so she can use up all those benefits, and find out about those exceptions. Anybody know about exceptions? If you get your 100% and the child's 24 already and they don't have but a couple of years to use the benefits, I think about the healthcare Champ VA. Sorry. Love say, okay, he said just arrive. He said how to love. Everybody saying how to love. Indianapolis. Okay, I might try to look that up. If y'all got a clip, send it to me by email. Last night said yes, a little over 2 years ago. So they got to pay you that money back. They supposed to pay. Now listen, your daughter must get, if she can prove that she was in school during that time, if it was full-time or part-time, they're going to prorate it based on if she was full-time, sometime part-time. All that back money goes to her. That's back pay for Chapter 35. They got to pay her all those years, those last 2 years, if she was going to school during that time. And any health care, they got to pay back the last 2 years for Champ VA. I think Champ VA stops at 23. Tell me if I'm wrong. And everybody's saying hi to everybody and acting like y'all important and like y'all happy to see each other in here. Whatever. Don't nobody ever want to talk to H-Town. I'm going to cut up. Come on now. I'm going to cut up. But family, we are doing this thing. And see, this is important. Let me know any good news going on with you in your life right now. Come on, family. I want to know, is there any good news that you would like to share? Tonight, Jay shared that he got his 100% permanent total. Jay Oliver, brother Love, if you wasn't here at the time, he got 100% permanent total. And have y'all noticed since January, do we give any credit? I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Do you give any credit to the Secretary of the VA, Doug Collins? Do you think he's playing a role, even if it's a role where he's putting pressure on them to move? The fact that they don't want to lose their jobs, do you think this translates into them properly evaluating our claims, or do you think he's putting too much pressure on them? If you feel like Doug Collins is putting too much pressure on the claims agents, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think he's putting enough pressure on them, or you think that he's doing good when it comes to motivating the claims agents to properly adjudicate claims, put a 2 in the chat. 1, if you think he's putting too much pressure on them. 2, if you think he's not putting enough or it's okay. Let us know. Now, Love say, H-Town, you got jokes. We are all here because of you. Oh, come on. Thanks. Thanks and keep up the good work. Oh, why you always trying to make me a softie, man? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just something in my eye. Love, that stuff don't get next to me. It's just something in my eye, that's all. Ain't no, that don't bother me. I'm hard. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, love. Now listen to Betty Bops. 9 likes and 11 watching. Loving it, family. Collins is a political puppet, bottom line. Can puppets do any good? Can political puppets do good? Even a blind squirrel get a nut every once in a while. Now listen, so Lifestyle say he don't think that they're putting enough pressure. He said too. He don't think they're putting enough pressure on them claims agents. What kind of pressure do they need put on them? Please let us know. Now listen to Military Mike. Good evening, everybody. Just got home from Houston. H-Town, that 610 loop is a beast. Did you hear me? So we the city of loops. The first loop around Houston is 610. That's right around downtown. The next loop out, you follow me, is the Sam Houston Tollway. It's a bigger loop around Houston. Then the third loop is Highway 6. It goes around, almost all the way around. Then the last one is Sam 99. 99 goes around. Highway 99. That goes all the way out. You understand? That's way out in the boonies. You right about that 610 loop. What time were you around on that 610 loop? Was it any time between 2:30 p.m. and 7 at night? You're going to be in a beast. Or 7 in the morning to about 9:30. But it still be backed up anyway. Now listen. Betty Bob say, 3, he is not putting enough pressure on them. What do you think he needs to do, Betty Bops, Brother Charleston? What kind of pressure can he put on these claim agents, telling them if they mess up on claims, what? They're going to get fired. Their pay is going to be docked. They're going to work less hours. What kind of pressure can he put on them? Now, Jay Oliver says, I think it's Charleston putting pressure on Dougie to push them. You know what? Don't think that they don't watch things like this. If not them, the people that work for them. They like to know how they're being perceived, because remember, they said it, CNN or one of them said it, that the news breaks online because we're the pulse of the people. Huh? Military Mike, hello from Betty Bob's. And Love say, LOL, H-Town. Then Lifestyle says, greeting, Military Mike. Then Oliver say, Military Mike, hi. And then the VA is saving money, don't care nothing about the vets, nothing changed yet. What type of change do we need? Who is the person you think that's in Washington, D.C. that can change it for us? Let us know, love. 4 p.m. Oh boy, you in the heat of it. Anything, it's rough after, but I'd ride around between 10:30, about 10 a.m. and 2. Look at last night said, this is the problem. This is what she said. Rushing through claims can cause more mistakes. I would like to see the number of people that had to do high level reviews and supplemental. All right. So let me ask you this, sister. Do you think it needs to be one person working on a claim solely, or should it be a team of people working on that one claim? What's your opinion? What say you? Now listen to Brother Charleston. Pastor Collins is doing good, but he is a taco with chicken with chicken out with VAB. Man, with chicken out with VAB. Man, I be thinking you rub him good on one side, then you kick him in the behind on the other. I don't know how to take Charleston. You too much, man. I be trying to take it serious, then you come back and wham out. Lifestyle changes. I think he would get mad at you. I think he turned red. Now, lifestyle changes. Facts, love. Alaska Knight says, hello, Military Mike. You got to remember Military Mike because y'all were like the first ones in here. When I saw Alaskan Ice was one of the first people too, I thank you for the commitment, sister, Bionic Woman, Military Mike. Now, Military Mike said, good evening, y'all. Hope everything is going well. Now, listen to what Sister Betty Bob says. H-Town, he should be suspended, no pay, 120 days. These is for the people that get the claims wrong. Okay, now 120 days is how many? Is that? That's 4 months, ain't it? No pay with investigation and pending, fired, giving them time to put restrictions like they are on Amazon drivers. So they do have a template to go by. Yeah, treat them like you treat the Amazon drivers. Yes, now, lifestyle changes say, yes, Shipmate Charleston is good with that. You say, yes, Shipmate Charleston is good with that. Yes, indeed. Now, I need to remember how many, look, if you're in the Navy in here, put a 1 in the chat. Put Navy, just put Navy in the chat. If you're in the Navy, just put the word Navy in the chat. I want to see how many Navy people got. Let us know. Just put Navy. All right. If you're in the Navy, we're just going to do Navy first. I want to know how many people are Navy. Lifestyle changes is Navy. That's 1. If you're in the Navy, put Navy in the chat if you don't mind. Now, okay, Charleston, that's 2. Just Navy. Okay. Jay says Hexlick and Dougie signed a memorandum on 5/26/2025 saying the DOJ and the VA will work together to and merge healthcare and benefits. I told y'all that. Didn't I tell you he was trying to merge healthcare and the VAB, the benefits? How that gonna work? All talk like a vegan shark. How you gonna put the healthcare? Okay, let's see how many Navy we got. We got 1 Navy, 1 Mississippi, 1 Navy, 2 Navy, and 3 Navy. Now, what I want to know from the Navy, tell me, did anybody in here ever do shore duty? I don't know what y'all call it when you just stay on the shore sometime. Let us know. If you've done shore duty before, either, so it's 3 of y'all, let us know. lifestyle changes, Charleston or Betty Bob's. If y'all ever did Sure Duty or Land Duty or whatever you call it, Betty Bob said, you make mistakes and be slow, and Amazon will give you, okay, and be slow. Amazon will give you, oh, that's right. Now let's say, Love say, VA secretary never said exactly where the cuts are. Now that's the key thing. Love say real talks. Sure Duty, whoever did Sure Duty, that's what you call it. Now, Betty Bob say Sure Duty. You've done Sure Duty before, okay? So Lifestyle never did it. Have you ever done Sure Duty, Brother Charleston? Let us know. I'm sure Betty Bob's had Sure Duty. That's what I'm thinking. And Lifestyle say never have. Then Charleston said, I spent all my time C duty. Oh, okay. Now listen. Betty Bob say Amazon will fire you if you're slow and late. Wow. Will they fire you if you take too many restroom breaks at Amazon? Somebody tell me, is that true? I heard that they will fire you if you take too many restroom breaks. Somebody say it ain't so, Joe. Joe, say it ain't so. That's a famous saying from back in the day. They will fire you if you had too many restroom breaks. Would you like to go back and work for the military just as an advisor, work on a military base but not be in the military? Who would want to do that? Let us know. If you would like to go in there and work, you wouldn't mind working on a military base at the PX, the Post Exchange, AFES, the Naval Exchange. Let us know. So Jay Oliver said they would. Okay. If any of y'all live around a base, that would be something good to think about. If any of y'all live around a base, that'll be a wonderful thing for you to think about. Betty Bob say never. She done. You telling me you wouldn't want to work on a naval base? Now, do they have any? Have you ever seen them have civilians on a naval ship? Let us know. All right. Betty said never. She would never work on a base. On a naval ship, have you ever seen? Let me see. Okay, now Charleston say Navy ship advisor, refill, repair. Okay, that's what you like to do. Then, MG Smith is in here tonight. We thank him. Everybody's coming into the room. As you come in, make sure you smash that like button and let us know that you're here. Now, Jay Oliver said, I would walk on the grass. Oh, you can't be, you know you get in trouble. Don't let that post commander catch you walking on that grass. Now, Military Mike, they gonna put you on extra duty. Can they do that when we ain't no longer in the military? Now, listen to Military Mike. I want to do range control. Okay. Now, MG Smith said, good evening. I'm late again. Now, did the notifications come through? Let us know if y'all notifications came through. Now, Love say, hello, MG Smith. Do you know how amazed people are that watch us to see how the channel is growing? I don't mind. Somebody said it. They said, because all I am doing is talking, and I understand why people stay on, because after a while, you should be tired of hearing me talk. But they saying that I can, I know how to, keep a conversation going or something. I don't know. I've been doing it because I like to talk. I don't get to talk much. Lifestyle changes. If I were younger, I would. Okay. Now listen to what Dome, thank you, say, has anyone ever gotten care on a military base with their VA healthcare card? I don't know. Somebody let us know. And I'm not talking about retired military. I'm talking about regular veterans. Have you ever used your VA health card on a military base? That's a very good question, Dome. Dome but actually asked a very good question. If you know the answers or you have somebody, you've heard somebody say, let us know. Come on, family. Come on, let's do it. Let us know. Now, Betty Bob says, hello, MG Smith. And then J. Oliver saying hi to him. Now, listen what Charleston says. Yes, civilian contractors now serve on active ships. How long has that been a thing that you know? Do you know how far that goes back? Now, listen what Betty Bob says. I worked at a naval exchange when my ex-husband was in the Navy. Okay, did you like working there? Now, Love say, Military Mike, what is range control? Okay, let him know. Military Mike gonna break it down to you. Lifestyle say, yes, mine did. Betty Bob says, I agree, shipmate. Now, then MG Smith says, what's up, love, and he's speaking to everybody in the crew. Now, Betty Bob says, civilians work on my ship. They worked on your ship. Okay. What type of roles did they do on your ship? Was it the same as what Brother Charleston said? And you know what's so amazing about us and everybody saying hi to Dome? And Coasty says, good evening, family. I hope you've been cruising around in your own Coast Guard ship that I exposed last time. Coasty, I shouldn't be one to spread rumors because this is our brother. He has his own Coast Guard ship. I took a picture of it with his name on it. I'm telling y'all. How he do that? Was that part of your retirement, Coasty? Oh, man, I love y'all so much. Y'all are so incredible. Y'all are so incredible. Now, family. family. Let me see here. Let me see what Coasty talking about here. Coasty says, Charleston says, shortage of trained petty officers and new equipment tech reps. Do they get hazardous pay? When y'all are on ships, do you get any hazardous pay for being on those ships? Or it depends where you at. Let us know if y'all get hazardous pay when you're on naval ships and Coast Guard ships. Do y'all ever, Coasty, do you ever receive, as a sailor, do y'all receive hazardous pay when y'all doing all these risky things? Love say, hello, Coasty. Now, Betty Bob say, I was a spouse. I only went, we were in Korea. How did you get to be stationed in Korea with your spouse? Isn't that a hardship thing? How do some people, because most time they don't want you to take your spouse. How were you able to go, Betty Bob's, when you with your ex? Now, Betty Bob says H-Town did not work at the Naval Exchange. Okay, you didn't work at the Naval Exchange. Okay, sorry. Coasty said, hey, Betty, Military Mike, Zimmerman, and Jay. And everybody speaking to each other. And then we got Lifestyle Change say, greetings, Coasty. Now listen to what our brother said. Charleston Zimmerman says, 1985, it started when they started letting civilians in to work on ships. I think we trained experienced sailors left. Wow. So y'all trained people just left, was tired of it. Now, Love say, H-Town, whenever you're on, you show up on my YouTube channel. Okay, wow. Now let me ask you this here. That's what I want to ask y'all. Do y'all always see my lives coming through? Coach said hi to Lifestyle, and then Alaska Night saying hi to him. And they say, Coach said no on that. Okay, no. I asked him a question. I kind of remember, but I didn't forget, y'all. Y'all know I got PTSD. Now, I shouldn't blame everything on my PTSD, right? Now, Military Mike say range control is there to make sure the ranges are ready for operation. They maintain supplies and enforce regulations to make sure qualification ranges are fully functional. Ooh, I like that. That sounds like a good job. He's speaking, MG Smith speaking, Eric Coasty speaking. Now listen to what's happening here. Lifestyle say, yeah, tech reps get paid good money. Look, but they don't want to pay you in the military. They'll pay civilians more than they pay you. How y'all feel about that? You on a Navy ship, but they paying a civilian more than they paying you. Do you feel some kind of way? And you got to work longer. Now listen what Oliver say. Certain areas of career were accompanied. Also, it depends on where you were in Korea, whether you could bring your spouse with you over there. So they may not have military housing in certain places. Is that what you're saying? J. Oliver, okay, that's very good. Never knew the answer to that. Y'all are so incredible. Now, tell us more. Charlton say, no sea duty pay, but hazardous pay only declared by Congress. Okay. Okay, yeah, because they only declared it when I was over there. That's right. We was in Desert Storm. Love say, Military Mike, is that the gun range? And Betty Bob says, H-Town, I do not like working at the Naval Exchange, okay? I worked at the Navy and did not like it. Wow. What didn't you like about it, sister? If you don't mind saying. Lifestyle Changes said, I receive hazardous pay working on the flight deck. Okay. That's one, because it's so dangerous where y'all at. So now, certain jobs while on the ship, can you get hazardous pay? Like being a firefighter. Betty Bob said, I did not get a notification. I was just checking if you were on tonight. Okay. Coasty say, no hazardous duty pay. No hazardous pay. Hold on. What about the fact that sometimes y'all checking vessels that may have drugs on them, Brother Coasty? That's not hazardous? Isn't that dangerous? If you're dealing with drug cartels and stuff like that, or other people in the United States selling drugs. So Betty Bob say there's 12 likes and 18 watching. Get those likes up. If you just come into the room, we'll really appreciate it. Lifestyle Changes say, yes, that's why we get our money now. Because they didn't pay us right while we were in the military. Who in here feel like when they was in the military that they were underpaid? Either put a down arrow if you feel like you was underpaid in the military, or consider all the benefits you get, the housing, but you still feel like you were underpaid, or put UP for underpaid. Who felt like they were underpaid? Down arrow, let us know. Betty Bob say, my second husband is the owner, retired from the Navy. Oh, she loved them retired men. Whoa. She don't, look, I ain't saying she no gold digger, but she ain't messing with no, you know what's up. And who should be dealing with somebody broke? So let me tell you something. Women, I can't find nobody that's working in a good bit. Betty Bob's tell them the formula. You don't have to. Navy and went to Korea. Okay. Yes, it is. MG Smith, H-Town, I was mowing the yard. You always out in that yard. I cut the front, but when they was working on the fence, I couldn't cut the back. Now the fence that fell down, but we got it fixed now. I'm so happy about that. Now listen, if you felt like you were underpaid, put underpaid while you were in the military. If you felt like you were underpaid, put underpaid. Love says, especially for the career field you was in the military, your MOS. H-Town, whenever I am on YouTube, if you are on, we'll show up. Okay, I hope that's like that for everybody. Let us know, family. Now, okay, Charleston say lifestyle changes serve off Vietnam. We got hazardous pay because of Vietnam. Okay, so when you off the Vietnam, that's hazardous pay. Okay. Now, love say, what if you in the Navy and y'all go through over there between in the Mediterranean where what's the Gulf of Aden over there where above Somalia, when they have pirates in different countries that are coming in and try to rob, do you get hazardous pay for that? Now listen, love say, okay, military Mike, my father was a manager of a gun range in Florida where he lived. Okay, so Jay Oliver think that in the military we're underpaid especially when it compares to our what do you call it, our civilian counterpart. Betty Bob says underpaid, the medical still sucks. Wow, y'all don't like the medical in the military? Jay Oliver say U.S. Air Force security forces. Okay, you might get hazardous pay. Okay, and then MG Smith say underpaid. That's why y'all getting y'all benefits. Fam, y'all are doing this thing, and I'm so glad. Now listen to what Lifestyle Changes said. Underpaid, but I was 17 when I went in, so I didn't know any better. Yeah, but for us, we didn't have much money. Now listen to what Coastie said, because I want to ask about, because they deal with a lot of drug situations, criminal on the seas. Yeah, can be dangerous boarding other ships at sea. Why is that not considered hazardous pay? Come on, man. They did y'all like that. Now Charleston say H-Town, sea duty pay only. Never heard of it. So if y'all do let me say you do 3 months on the sea, do you get paid sea duty pay? If you do 3 months at sea, do you get paid sea duty pay? Hazardous pay is only by Congress. Okay. I got hazardous pay and some other kind of pay. They paid us two different things in Desert Storm. Do anybody remember there was two pays? We got hazardous pay and some other, not extra pay. We only got hazardous pay and we didn't have to pay any federal taxes. Isn't that cool? During that time we were over there. They did that. I saved up about $4,000. It took me 5-6 months to do it. Now I was E4. Lifestyle Change say no shipmate. I wasn't in during Vietnam. I think he wasn't old enough for that. Now, love say Jay Oliver underpaid during combat for sure. Wow. Yes, indeed. Betty Bob say my first husband was my high school sweetheart. My second husband and I met when I were in the Navy. Oh, you went through that targeting them. And Betty Bob, she ain't none of them safe around her. Huh? Now, what'd you say? Hey, let's go to the galley. Jay Oliver say 17 USMC 2. Now then we got MG Smith said, H-Town, my shop was away from the main base because of the jet fuel trucks. Okay. You don't make no sparks on that. Now that's good to say. Now military Mike say, to be honest, the military saved me from being homeless. I was sleeping in a car in the junkyard. So when I joined, I got paid and I was happy. I remember crying, man. I ain't have no money. And the girl I saw her ride by the bus stop in some other dude's car. I said, it's time for me to get out of Houston, man. I ain't got my stuff together. She had a nerve to wave at me. Is that cool? I guess I had to get my weight up. Yeah, I saw when I came back, my uniform. Hey, you looking so good and everything. Thank you. You have a nice day. I ain't saying she should have dealt with me when I was broke. I ain't saying that though. Only I won't talk to her now though. Now Charleston said lifestyle changes. You got flight deck pay, not hazardous pay. Isn't that hazardous pay? Come on, come on. I want to know. Flight deck pay, is that hazardous pay, or just we just using mixing words? 13 likes and 15 watching. Okay, really good. Lifestyle say, okay, my fault, shipmate. You right. What about retired disability? What? Yes, indeed. Now Charleston said, that's really good, y'all. You right about that. Charleston Zimmerman, hazardous duty pay is theater. Okay. Now, MG Smith says, Military Mike, I was not the only one who was homeless. I guess you're not the only one, yes? Wow, a lot of us were struggling, man. Would you say the military saved you? Would you say they saved you? Rescued you? Military Mike says, Love said, Military Mike, you was more appreciated because where you come from. See, you struggle. Yes. Come on, family. Y'all really talking about it. And I really appreciate y'all, what y'all doing here. Y'all making it worthwhile. Come on, family. Let me ask you this here. Do any of you live near a military base? Does anybody in here, put it like this. How far is the closest fully functioning military base? I'm talking about one where they got everything, commissaries, banks, they got exchange stores and food commissary stores. What's the closest one to you? The actual closest one to me is about 2.5 hours away, and that's at in San Antonio. Now listen, let's see. Hold on, say miss. Coaches say no extra pay when helicopter landed on flight deck. I thought it would be extra pay. I want to ask you that. Everyone had a certain job to do. Okay. Say, hey, okay. 4 hours, Robin Air Force Base in Georgia. 4 hours for how far is the closest one to y'all? Let us know. Jay says 100 miles. In mine, 2.5 hours. But I'm sure in Pennsylvania, you got them all over the place. And in Maryland, I know Betty Bob's, you got bases close to you. Lifestyle Change say, sorry, I did not mean to do that. I don't know what you do. Oh, that's all right. He said, hey. Now, Charleston says, Navy helped with more job training when I was in McDonald's burger flipping, made more. Wow. You don't make much money. I live near 3 bases. How close is the closest one, love? What's the distance? Let us know. What's the closest one? Let us know. I really enjoy talking here. Family, I can't believe we've been in here almost an hour. We're 30 seconds from an hour, family. Do you understand what we're doing here? We have to spend time because we have to be around people that can understand and relate to us, and we can be supportive of each other. Now, you're killing me, Charleston. He's something else. Let me ask you a question. Why is this, do you think, I want y'all honest opinion. Why is this, do you think it's the case that it's harder for civilians to be able to relate to us, in general, not all, than people that were in the military that was in the military like us? Why do you think we have a harder time connecting with people that not been in the military? Y'all more talkative here. Why shouldn't you be able to talk about these same things? And I'm not saying that you don't, with others that were not in the military. Come on now, let's talk about it. And Charleston say, lifestyle change should make facts. Now, Betty Bob says, yes, for me, 40 minutes. Naval Academy, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Oh, you close to everything. Boy, you just look who's in the house. He came in early too and spoke. Kevin Colbert Sr. Military Mike said, I'm an hour away from Fort Johnson. Where's Fort Johnson at? Is that near Lake Charles, brother? Let me know. I've never been there. Where's that at? Please, because I want to go when I'm going down. How far off is it from I-10, Military Mike? And then Kevin Colbert Sr. says, good evening, family. You heard it? Come on, fam. Let's talk about it. I'm enjoying this here. See, fam, we've been coming here. We're going to try to do a little short time. Sometimes y'all be getting me too long, and I'm going to have to calm it down. Now, let's see. Boy, y'all started talking. Y'all chat all like at one time. Then we got MG Smith says, H-Town, they just don't have any idea what they're talking about. What if they feel like they say, hey, I see people in the military on the news. I watch military movies. I know what y'all do. Huh? They watch Jarheads. They watched what's that one? Hamburger Hill. Now love say H-Town base is a half a mile. You that close to a base? Nah. You could walk to the base. Tell me if you could walk to the base, love. I'm jealous now. Listen to what Betty Bob says. Betty Bob says therapist from the VA is not a veteran, and she really don't get it about VA claims. Let me ask you this here. Betty Bob brings up an interesting point. Would you feel more comfortable talking to a veteran or veteran therapist or a veteran doctor? If that's the case, put V in the chat. If not, put C if you're okay with civilian. If you're okay with civilian and a veteran therapist or doctor, put veteran, put V and C for veteran and civilian if you're okay with both of them. That's an interesting point that you made. And then we have Betty Bob's coming in the house with she said good evening. I mean, MG Smith say, I already read Betty Bob's. MG Smith say good evening, Kevin, and they speaking. It used to be Fort Polk. I thought that because they had it named after somebody else. Yeah, I thought he was changing all them things back. Jay Oliver say they have little regard for the price of freedom and the sacrifice of silence. How do you think they view us? How do you think most civilians view us? Because have they ever told you how they view us? Because it seems like they be looking at us like something like we strange or something. I don't know. Lifestyle changes. Greetings, Kevin Colbert Sr. They changed the name. Okay, let's see what we got here. Everybody's speaking to Kevin Colbert Sr. Laskin Ice did. And Kevin Colbert Sr. saying good evening to Love. And Kevin Colbert Sr. Hi, Coasty. Then Coasty said, H-Town, have you ever heard of Fort Devens? I think I have. I think I have. That sounds familiar. Not for sure. Where's it located, brother? Kevin Colbert Sr. say lifestyle changes evening. Oh, it's raining heavy. Do y'all flood in Pennsylvania? And because y'all have basements in Pennsylvania too? Do it flood? And I'm surprised that y'all would have basements in Betty Bob's, that you would have a basement in Maryland when you're surrounded by water. How does that work? Are y'all above sea level or something? Now, Kevin Colbert Sr. saying hi to Charleston and Alaskan Ice. So let's see what they say. V, you rather veteran therapist from Kevin Colbert Sr. Charleston say a veteran and civilian. It's okay, cool, either way. MG Smith say veteran. Lifestyle says civilian. That's a good one. Lifestyle, that's an interesting one. Jay Oliver say veteran. Now let's see. Let me make sure I don't miss nobody's statement. Betty Bob say my private mental health therapist. Give me a second. I'm pulling something up. I'm gonna read that. So say my private mental health therapist. Oh, that's the wrong. I ain't mean to do that. That's an image. Let me take that down. Sorry about that, family. I'm looking for something, family. She says, my private mental health therapist, she is a Marine veteran and she really gets it. And we can relate. And I am helping her with her VA claim for an increase on her back. Let me say this here to you. Betty Bob, she be helping people everywhere. I'm going to need you to stand down. Betty Bob, she be helping people on trains. Who goes on a train for a vacation and they end up helping people? Now, Love Sage Town. I can walk to the base. Wow. Now, listen to what Sister Alaska Knight says. Sorry about the black screen. I'm pulling my stuff up here. All right. Now, she says that 43 miles, the primary military base is Houston, is Ellington. Yeah, I'm about that far from Ellington too. But you living in my area now, so yes. Ellington Field Joint Reserve Base. It used to be an Air Force base back in the day. Now it's Ellington Field. Sometime the president flies in to Houston on Ellington Field. It's on the southeast side of Houston, which serves multiple branches of the military armed forces and plays a significant role in defense and homeland. Yes, indeed. Now, Coast, I got to ask you something about Homeland. Aren't you somehow connected in the Coast Guard with Homeland Security, Defense, and let me go back to security operations, Ellington Field, Joint Base location? Ellington Field is situated in Houston, Texas, and operated as a joint base through the collaborative agreement among various military branches. It is part of the largest city-owned Ellington Air Force Airport, yes, which accommodates both civilian and military aviation operations. I don't think they let us. I want to go get a flight out of there. You think they let us go through flights? I don't think they don't let us do military flights out of there. I would love to do one. Now, Betty Bob's, I've seen planes, and they got a Air Force museum, some type of air museum in there. Never went. They was building it. It's on the outside of the base too. And it's just a small. It ain't small, but it's it don't have a full PX. That's just a shop at. Now we got a shop at in the Army. Like it's about the size of a Walgreens, but they have a lot of stuff in there, televisions and a lot of other stuff. Now Betty Bob say, my veteran therapist, we looked up the information for my mouth. Okay, good. See, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on, what? And then lifestyle change say 6 miles from former Army base Fort Harrison. I don't think I ever heard of Fort Harrison. Now, Jay Oliver says, how you let people yell at you and you just let them and not say anything back. They don't understand discipline and rank structure, rules befuddle civilians. Let me ask you this here. Your first job after being in the military, was it hard for you to adjust given the I guess you would say the way people in the civilian world move at work? Was it hard for you to adjust? Did you just want to pop somebody in the face? Charles would say, I have a small basement bomb shelter, father built in 1955. Your father had it ready for you. Praise God for him doing that for you. Now, Betty Bob's says, H-Town, VA therapists are sure, VA therapists, you sure it is not your time from being a flight attendant. You are in pain. Okay. They was asking whether the time you was being a flight attendant. Now you focus on your service connection stuff. Betty Bob say, my private therapist knows come on, where I'm at. My veteran therapist dealt and needs help with the claim. We all gotta help each other. Let's see now. Oh, knows my. I don't know. I can't find the rest of it. Now I'll look for it though, sister. Lifestyle says, right on, Betty Bob's, pay it forward. She always helping people. Then we have Love say, real talk, Jay Oliver. Some civilians have no respect and no understanding of the sacrifice soldiers made for all Americans. The ones that tend to do are people that have veteran parents or a lot of veterans in their family. Because I hear, like Love, he be breaking it down. Black Ambrosia, she has several uncles that were in the military, and she talk about them, how they played a significant role in their life. Betty Bob say, my veteran therapist deals and needs help with her claim. That we got to help each other. Concrete to withstand a bomb. Wow. What was your daddy preparing for? Was it the Cuban Missile Crisis or something? Coastie said the Coast Guard's now coming under Homeland Security. When I was in, it was under the Department of Transportation. Did not know that. You taught me something. But I've noticed when I go over to, what's the name of that? It's Clinton Drive over here, and used to have a little Coast Guard thing, but the commissary is outside. I mean, the exchange is outside. And I noticed on the Coast Guard base, there's a whole bunch of Homeland Security vehicles. Do y'all work together? Or how does that work? Are y'all separate? From what you know, I know Military Mike says, we saw a base exchange today in Houston. It was based near 400 North Freeway. North Freeway? On 45? What base? Let me know. I saw that base. Yeah, but they have exchange over there. I didn't know they had an exchange over there. Were you past Greens Point? Do you remember going past Greens Point? You see any signs that say Greens Point? Now, Kevin Colboy says, yes, sir, H-Town, very, very hard to adjust. And then Betty Bob says, H-Town, I'm listening to you, and that's why was so messed up. I'm listening to you. What did I do? Did I mess it up, sister? I'm sorry. Now, Lifestyle Change say, my first job was in the military. City San Diego. So they were used to the military in that area. Okay. Betty Bob say, my job after Navy, I thought that civilians was sloppy and slow. Sage-Town, it was a very hard adjustment. Now, Jay Oliver says, my first thought, because I was there early and stayed late, and it seemed they had pride in their work. I found another paramilitary job to protect a nuclear plant, power plant that was tactical, high speed. You crazy. You went from military to another paramilitary organization. You something else, Jay Oliver. Now, Charleston say, Cold War H-Town, Russia got atom bomb 1949. That's true. U.S. made the H-bomb in 1954, the year I was born. They just didn't know hydrogen bomb size. Castro, bravo. Yes, he let the Russians come over there. Now, family, I do appreciate you, and I value you for who you are. Now, y'all told, for those that didn't get to tell us about the weather, let us know how the weather is where you at. We would appreciate it, and thank you. Let us know how that weather is going where you are located. We really would appreciate you. Let us know. Let us know. And while you're doing that, give us an update on that temperature. Some of you have already done so. Give us an update on that temperature. We really appreciate it. Now, this is family time. We talking and we're bringing things in, and we want to make sure this thing is right. Yeah, it's muggy here too. MG Smith say, I got to read that again. Yeah, very hard to adjust. I don't think I have adjusted. Who feel like they never adjusted to, once they got out the military, that they never adjusted to civilian life? If you feel like you never adjusted, let us know. Just put never did. If you never adjusted, put in the chat, never did. So Jay says it's 94 degrees and muggy. Where Jay at? MG Smith says it's 62 degrees and clear. Coasty said in Massachusetts it's cloudy and 64 degrees. Very good. Then Charleston Zimmerman says it's 60 degrees and raining. Who never adjusted? I never really adjusted to civilian jobs. Who never really adjusted to civilian jobs when they got out? Come on, family, tell the truth. Jay Oliver, if you did, you can say I did. If you didn't, say never did. If you adjusted to civilian jobs, Charleston say he never did. Jay Oliver say he never did. I never did as H-Town. I never adjusted to civilian jobs. Betty Bob say never did. Now, okay. Then Lifestyle Changes said, man, this is shocking. I thought I was the only one. Man, I love the heart. I wish it gets that hot here. Tell me where you live. He said, I love the heat. Well, you love the heat, come down to Louisiana, Texas. Now, I forgot where you at. Now, Betty Bob says it's 65 degrees, pouring down, raining. It's family time. What other channel you know that we have time? That's what we've been doing, family time. Betty Bob say she never adjusted. MG Smith say never did. That's why y'all getting VA compensation. Those you that are not, we're going to make sure you do. And I want to thank you personally for your support. I appreciate y'all. Alaskan Ice, I appreciate you. Lifestyle Changes, I appreciate you. Jay Oliver, I appreciate you. Betty Bobs, I appreciate you. MG Smith, let me do it again. Lifestyle Changes, I appreciate you. Jay Oliver, I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Betty Bobs, I thank you for your support. MG Smith, I thank you for your support. Brother Charleston, I thank you for your support. I think I said Jay Oliver. Kevin Colbert Sr., thank you for your support. Military Mike, thank you for your support and salute all of you. Coasty, I thank you for your support. And it means so much to me, and I mean that from my heart. Love. Thank you for doing an excellent job representing us and your father. Thank you for your support. Oh man, this is coming out of my spirit, man. I just want to thank y'all and tell you, Alaskan Ice, thank you for all that you do. You just probably single-handedly saved my channel. Alaskan Ice was always just rooting for me. I just don't know what to say. Always being there. Boy, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh man, when I think about the ups and downs I went through, and Alaskan Ice just still hands up strong because she's been there a long time. Oh man, y'all just don't know. And she never changed, you know. And I really appreciate all of you, but I want to give a special thanks to her. Look like I thanked everybody. Let me see. Benny, thank you for your support. Thank you, Benny. Thank you so much. And everybody else, thank you so much. You. Now, why I can't get this thing? I'm trying to get back down. Ooh. Lifestyle Changes. Well, people, Army George, let us know. I asked the question, did you ever adjust back to civilian jobs once you got out of the military? Were you able to adjust? Betty Bob say shipmate lifestyle, I agree. They never adjusted to civilian jobs once getting out the military. What happens to us, family? What happens in the military that makes it hard for us to adjust to civilian life? Is it the structure that we have? Not doing a whole bunch of foolishness, having to most of the time do the job and get it done right the first time? Jay Oliver say being a union steward for 20 years helped though. Okay, Jay Oliver. Lifestyle Changes say never really adjusted to civilian jobs. Betty Bob says, H-Town, thank you for letting me express my feelings. You can express your feelings whenever you want to. This is your platform. Army George says, I work for Lockheed Martin, then retired, never really adjusted, stayed around veterans. He worked 20 years. How long? He retired from there, he never really adjusted. Can you work at a job and retire and never adjust to it? Wow. H-Town, salute. Thank you. That's why I want to let you know. We got 13 likes and 15 watching, family. Thank you for that. Keep up those likes. If you come in the room, make sure you smash that like button. Betty Bob said, hello, Army George. Lifestyle said, appreciate you, brother. Like I said before, this is the very first time I ever done this chat thing. Why were you reluctant to do it in the past? Now listen to what Coasty said. H-Town, thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you, brother. I do it because I enjoy being around people, man. That's a weird thing for somebody that's to themselves most of the time. People, let me tell you this here, family. People like being around me, civilians and stuff too, but I can't put up with people antics. If you're not consistent, if you speak one day, then you act funny the next day, I can't really do that. Y'all know in the military, we couldn't play like that. You could, hey, come here. We got to finish this job. We got to do this. We got to finish this mission. Come on now. Lifestyle changes say, Army George, I bet that was a great paying Lockheed. Yes, indeed. If you need a ride to the bank, Army George, let us know. H-Town is here for you because you got to watch people out there. And I don't steal no more. No, I don't. I'm a changed man. But thank all of you for your support. Now listen to what Charleston says. Responsibility, H-Town, especially in safety issues. It happened yesterday to me. Couldn't mind my own business. When y'all see somebody doing something reckless that could harm somebody, do you go up there and check them and say, hey, this is out of code, you shouldn't be doing it, and they look at you crazy? How you react when they look at you crazy? Come on, family. Now, but thank you for your support, family. Let me kick this phone and remove from the studio. All right. Now, what I really want to thank you for helping me improve myself. Yeah, you know, I do a little ranting sometime. But thank you for helping me improve myself. Thank you. Let me see what we got here. Then Betty Bob say, H-Town, I agree with Army George. My husband complains about the work ethic at his job. He worked for a small IT job as a contractor. Okay. H-Town, he retired in 2006. Let me ask you this here, family. Dealing with your husband and other people, Betty Bobs, that are veterans that have problems on these jobs. If the biggest reason you feel that you don't adjust to these civilian jobs, if you think it's because of office politics, put bingo in the chat. If you think that you don't adjust to these, or you can put a emoji for bingo. Put bingo in the chat if you feel like you do not adjust to these jobs because of office politics. Put bingo in the chat. Now, listen what he said. Army George say 2 checks a week per diem and work check. Now, say bingo for both of us. Now, let's see what Bionic Woman is here, my sister. She say, good evening, Mr. H-Town vet and veteran family. Hope all is well. It is, my sister, and I'm doing good. They getting the pre-authorization or the authorizing my dental work. They're gonna fill in. They're not gonna take the tooth out. They're gonna do a root canal and then put a crown over it. Then the other tooth up top that broke, I had a couple teeth broke. I ain't been back to the dentist in a while. And they're gonna extract that one and put an implant in there. And so they're getting that approved right now by the VA. I called them today because they never called me back because they're trying to give me a bridge, and I didn't want no bridge because what if the other teeth get bad? They're going to rip all 3 of them out because you're cementing all 3 of the teeth together. No, ain't nothing wrong with the other teeth, just the one up top that needs to be dealt with. Now, MG Smith said, H-Town, this is my only interaction, and I love the discipline and respect here that only veterans can bring understanding. Let me ask you, what is discipline about this interaction in this chat compared to others? Now, he say, bingo, office politics was a big problem for her and her husband. Here, Coach said, Hi to Bionic Woman. Then Lifestyle Change say nice, Army George. Love say bingo. Office politics is a big problem. Coasty said, Coasty said bingo. Now Betty Bob say hi to Bionic Woman. Hi. Then Bionic Woman says hi, Betty Bops. And then Charleston says hello, Bionic Woman. Love say hello, Bionic Woman. Alaskan Ice says Bionic Woman hello. Now, so not just office politics for Jay Oliver, co-worker ethics. What are some of the other issues you have working with civilians that bother you, that's different from military people? Now, Bionic Woman say, that is good, Mr. H-Town. Yes. Betty Bobs encouraged me to go to the dentist in the emergency room, and she told me something that was very, very perceptive, and I appreciate you for that, Betty Bobs. When I said, my doctor, nurse called me when I went to the emergency room about my dental work, but she said they call because it makes them look bad if they don't know what's going on with me. So when they saw that I went to the emergency room, they called me because they don't want to look bad. Now listen to what Charles say. Bingo. Look other way. Y'all can't stand them when they look other way when stuff happens. Now, how bad was the kissing up to the boss thing? Could y'all do that? Hey, boss, do you want me to take your laundry to get it clean? Huh? MG Smith. Who in here just couldn't take your the laundry to your for your the laundry for your boss? You say that's not part of my job. Would you do that, or we just go along with it? MG Smith. Good evening, Bionic Woman. Hi, Alaskan Ice. Now, Alaskan Ice, what's your biggest thing at jobs, civilian jobs? Is it the office politics? Is it the work ethic? Or is it something else? Let us know, and everybody else also. Now, Lifestyle Changes said, bingo, office politics. If it's something else that's even worse than that for you, let us know. Bionic Woman said, hi, Lifestyle Changes, and everybody's speaking. Bionic Woman speaking to everybody. Now, but as I was saying, I want to thank you for helping me to improve my life. Y'all helped me to deal with my temper, getting off track, sometimes dealing with frustration. So thank you. Look at Bionic Woman. I got to go back over there. Bionic Woman is speaking to everybody. Do you see this? She's speaking to everybody, family. Now he said, hi, Lindsay Wagner. LOL. What you know about Lindsay Wagner? Office politics, favoritism. I can't stand favoritism. I don't like favoritism in families. Do you think it's unfair for a parent to have a favorite? Let me ask you this. Answer only that question first. Do you think it's unfair for a parent to have a favorite? I told my daughter, you hear me? I want you to listen to me. I told her, I said, when she was a teenager, I said, you are my favorite child. She looked at me. She said, Dad, I'm your only child. I said, that's beside the point. That's irrelevant. The fact that you are my favorite should mean something to you. Huh? Listen to Betty Bob say, H-Town, did I pour on Clorox and send it back in a box to the old boss? So she say she poured Clorox on it. Say, cause he say, go get my coffee. Charleston says, no, me looking the other way from co-workers crap. Oh, all right. Yeah, I know that. I can't stand it. Most parents will have a favorite. Who agree with that? That most parents will have a favorite? Let us know. Army George says, a lot of drama. That's why I stayed in the veteran network. Seems better all around. Yeah, veterans gonna have their little issues, but you're gonna feel more comfortable around them because they're. Do you think because of our travels we're more well adjusted as veterans? Let us know. Now, family, do you know what y'all do here? You know why y'all feel comfortable on the jobs? It's with veterans. It's more likely that a veteran to help you. A veteran helped me. Okay, who in here? If you believe your sibling is the favorite, let us know which sibling, a brother, sister, the oldest. You can just say it's the oldest. What do you think makes them the favorite? They're the only boy, they're the only girl. Or if you're the favorite, put the number 1 in the chat. If you are you believe you're your parents' favorite, either mother or father. Or if you the favorite for both, let us know that. Now, but I thank you because y'all helped pull me out the rubble. Y'all don't know how much this has helped me to be able to breathe. Y'all let me know I'm not crazy. Real talk on me, George, from MG Smith. Thank you so much. New me, family. Say 1. Love was the favorite. Do your brother know that love? Now, let me ask you this here. From you going into the military and you coming out, what does the new you look like? What changed after your military service about you the most? If you could put it in a few words, or you can put it in a sentence. I believe the main thing for me was that I was more structured. What's the new you look like after the military? What changed? Now, Bionic Woman say, it is human nature to have a favorite child, brother, parent, friend, etc. Yes, people, that don't mean you're going to mistreat the other children. Look, with my grandmother, my big mama that is, she had 9 kids. My uncle, he was like autistic, high functioning, but he was her favorite. Everybody knew that. But I was her favorite grandchild. I was the favorite because I was the second born. Look, I shouldn't be saying huh. I was the second born. My cousin 7 years older than me, right? But check this out. He always let me be in the forefront. He didn't mind me being a favorite. Matter of fact, he elevated me too. So I couldn't help but be the favorite. I don't know why everybody was mad at me. I couldn't help. I ain't doing nothing. It just happened. I was there. Look, I'm much older, so he's 7 years older than me. So there's a 7-year difference. But after that, I'm much older than most of my cousins beneath me because, you know, and it was just me and him for a while there until my cousin was born 2 years later. She was born 2 years later. And now that was like a sister to me. And I had to admit, because we grew up together, I was closer to her than my own sister because me and my own sister is almost 14 years apart. You know, I love her as my sister. It's structured. Structured, definitely structured. Now listen to Betty Bobs. Betty Bobs say structure also. That's changed. What else changed about y'all? H-Town, we are a depreciating asset. Yeah, what you think? How's it gonna look in 20 years? I think the young people gonna come back with it. They gonna get out there and wild out for a minute. Some of them, they say train them up in the way they should go. I hope it don't go bad. It does in some countries. H-Town, my brother was my parents' favorite. I had quit my job to take care of my parents and paid for the funeral. I'm the youngest and the only girl. My brothers did nothing. I paid for both funerals. Anybody ever been in a similar situation? Let me ask you this here, Betty Bobs. Did your brothers say thank you for doing it? Did they feel bad for not? Hold on. Not only are you a girl, you the youngest? How you paying for everything? You the youngest? I couldn't feel like no man. My sister, 14 years younger than me, when our mom passed, she got the program together. I'm sitting out there making sure everybody's straight, the pastor, the organist. I paid for the programs, you know, because, you know, we 14 years apart. You know, that's a big difference. So, you know, I'm darn old enough to be a dad, so I had to take care of things. She did her part. She was off injured from her job at the time because she had a workers' comp thing, so she couldn't work. So I had to make sure stuff was straight. But you saying they sitting there, H-Town, H-Town vet, we are a depreciating asset. Tell me what you mean by that. Let us know, Kevin, because that's a heavy statement. In what respect are we a depreciating asset? Let me know. Now, Charles say, understood power better than humans, control others, try over people. Now, how big a problem is people that are gossipers at the job for you? How big, Lifestyle Change say, respect Betty Bob. Yes, indeed. Y'all show some love to Betty Bob. She's sitting there making the sacrifice. That kind of stuff would sit rough with me. She got brothers. They never apologized. Did they apologize to Betty Bob's? Were they the ones trying to get little stuff? They weren't the ones trying to get little stuff. Like, I want this here. You know, they don't show up, and some people don't show up until after they gone. What I get? Betty Bob's respect, salute. Everybody show love to Betty Bob's. Dallas Marquez says, hello, everyone. Hello, Dallas. Now, Lifestyle Change say, greeting, Dallas. That's hitting me heavy. H-Town, my aunt paid for my mother paid coffin. Okay. My brothers asked me if they left any money. My God. Hold on. Left money, but they not paying for no funeral. All that money need to be recouped for you. Forget that. Did you go off on them, Betty Bob's, or did you just let it slide? Now, Bionic Woman say, I salute you, Betty Bob's. Thank you for the great respect you showed your parents during and after their lives. This is why it's important that you don't lose cool. Tell me, am I right? Because that's your parents, you know, exiting the physical world and going into the spiritual, right? So you don't want to mess that moment up. You don't want to allow people to mess that moment up for them and for their legacy. Come on now. Some people try to center things around themselves during those times. And let me tell you what I mean by that. I tell my daughter and my niece, my other daughter, I say, listen, people like to act up at births, funerals, birthday parties, retirements, any special occasion. Some people family reunions, if they can't get to see you nowhere else, that's the only time they can do their little dig or act a fool or show out, as we would say in the South. How do y'all feel about gossipers in the workplace? How do you deal with them in your workplace? Now, Jay Oliver say, gossipers always grow my fan base. Okay. They grow a fan base or grow yours. And speaking of Brother Alice, now listen what Kevin says. H-Town vet, us veterans will never be the same after the military service. We are residuals of our old selves. We right about that. I'm not the same person. Listen to what Charleston said. Betty Bob should make. Same with my brothers. God, dog, man, that made me want to go off on somebody. Man, I don't like that kind of stuff. Because how can you, if you love somebody, let me tell you something. My mother gave birth to me and I loved her. And let me tell you. And for other people to be gathering money, saying that they giving it to me for the funeral, saying the stuff that wasn't paid for, and they say, oh, we gave this person money to pay for the program. I said, I already paid for the program. Well, did he give you the money? I said, hey, don't go off on nobody. I said, whatever, listen what I told him, because I didn't want no bad memories or blood in my, I say, whatever that money you gave them, let me know how much it was, and I'll give it back to you, because I don't want no confusion at my mama's, going away. No, it's all right. I'm gonna check them later. What I'm saying, H-Town vet, and congratulations. Yes, indeed. My daughter starts in October in an accounting firm. They asked her, did she want to start in August or September? But she said, nah, since they gave her more options now, she said, nah, she want to finish. She's trying to get all those accounting tests done. She got 3 more to go. She passed the first one. Now, Loveless said, Betty Bob, so true. They come out like vultures looking for money. And they'll pull a U-Haul up to the family house and pick over everything. Uh-oh, here we go. Betty Bob say, H-Town, Bionic Woman, I got mama a horse and buggy to take her to the overpass at the Veterans Cemetery in Calvinton in New York. Now, hold on. Your mom was in the military, or was your dad in the military? Who was in the military? Was both of them in the military? Betty Bob says, H-Town, the lights going out over here. Oh, Lord. We praying. Everybody be praying for Betty Bob's. God, we ask that you protect them and you keep them safe. Brother Charleston and everybody else that are experiencing harsh weather right now. We ask that you keep them and protect them in Jesus' name. Do y'all have a generator, Sister Betty Bob's? Betty Bob's from Charleston, your brother say, be safe. He's in the same kind of situation. Charleston say, T-storm, tornado storms now in Pennsylvania. Y'all be safe. Hit those basements if you have to. Shelter in place. Betty Bob says, H-Town, I banned my brothers from mama funeral. I was so irritated and disgusted. Daddy was in the military. Okay, so did Daddy pass first and they buried her in the same grave next to him, behind him? Sometimes they'll bury them on top of each other. Now, Charlton say, going off is not the sign of grace and being in order. No, it's not. So she say, H-Town, I have a gas generator. Now you say gas, or you talking about like regular gas, who has a propane generator? I think they have those. Jay say, amen. Kevin say, Betty Bob's prayers. Now Lifestyle say, I'm trying to write down this stuff for the next game show. Yeah, we're going to do it in teams next time. We're going to have A team and B team. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to do the game. Y'all going to be in teams. Whoever in the team answer first, that's the team that gets it, okay? Now, Bionic Woman says, please be safe and keep a battery-powered light. Charge your cell phones. Please do that. And run the water in that bathtub. Now, Betty Bob say, Dad passed away first and Mom was buried behind Father. Okay, so she at the Veteran Cemetery too. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Praise the Lord. Okay, they buried your parents together. Now, where's the one in Merritt? Where are they buried at? And I want to ask you a question, family. How can you get buried at Arlington Cemetery if you want to? How does that work? Does anybody know how to get buried at Arlington? Yes, be safe, y'all. Yes, indeed. Lifestyle. Tell both of your veteran shipmates. Yes, indeed. Now, got my flashlight, extra battery. I got this thing over here. I'm gonna tell you what y'all should get. Betty Bob say, we are here for you. Bionic Woman says. Now, listen. Alaskan Ice about to make me cry. Betty Bob say, lifestyle changes, shipmate. Not that. She says, congratulations on your daughter, H-Town. I didn't think I would get to this day, Alaska Nights, and I thank you so much. I was I just didn't want to be a failure as a father, you know, and I had so much against me, fam. So, new family, here we go. What I want to say tonight, okay? In the question, I guess I didn't change it. Okay, I didn't get to change, but okay, let's see. Let me get here. The question is how to navigate risk. How to navigate risk. Let me see what I got. I gotta give me some good information. That ain't what I'm trying to do. How to navigate risk with the VA claims office or dealing with anything that you experience in life, the loss of a loved one. And Bionic Woman say, be safe, Mr. Zimmerman. Now, we have Betty Bob say, you can get buried at Arlington, but you can't get buried at Arlington, but you can be on a wait list for 6 months for Arlington. The funeral director was telling me this when I was taking care of my mother. See, I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. But I want to be buried in Houston, you know, because I want my daughter to be able to come over there with my family. And other people, you know how it is. If you pass away, all them other people that don't talk to me, well, all of a sudden they got a whole bunch to say. They got so much to say when you're gone. Now, family, listen, when we dealing with filing claims, when we dealing with funerals, when we dealing with getting out of the military, first thing you gotta do is identify the risk and the dangers of getting out the military and not having enough money, not having anywhere to go. Okay, when you're dealing with claims, you risk of reduction. And I want to go over my story that I've talked to y'all about, and I want to use that as an example of what happened to me when the VA put me in a dangerous situation. MG Smith says, Betty Bob's very valuable information. There, I didn't know that. Neither did I. Thank you. Now listen to what our sister Alaska Nights, to make sure I missed something. I missed a lot of people. Hold on, family. Love say, H-Town, your daughter's graduation, a reflection of you and the mother. Yes, indeed, her mother too. Good job, H-Town. Now, Alaska Night says to be buried at Arlington National Cemetery. It's a national cemetery. Individuals must meet specific eligibility criteria. I said eligibility. You know, I couldn't say that word. Criteria: active duty service member. That's the first thing. Veterans with an honorable discharge and their families are eligible for burial. The process involves scheduling a funeral service and verifying eligibility at the time of death. The cemetery handles each request individually, and the approval process can take several weeks or months. There are no fees for the burial or interment, but costs for preparation and transportation of the remains are at the estate's expense, unless the deceased was on active duty. Learn more. Ooh, boy, y'all. Now let me get back to what everybody's saying. I skipped out to kind of keep us fluent. MG Smith says, Betty Bob's very valuable information. Didn't know that. Betty Bob says, thanks, Bionic Woman. I was my Marines batteries fully charged. Okay, you got a Marine battery. That's something else. With a converter, flashlight, and candles. I want to show y'all something, okay? I want to show y'all something. Let me show you. I would suggest you keep the battery separate, but I bought this thing and this has been an amazing tool. Let me come up on the full screen so y'all can see it. This thing here, did you see what I'm saying? This thing is wonderful. An amazing thing. It lights up, and I keep the batteries separate so they don't drain, and they tend to stay alive like that. And that thing, you can do a flasher. I can walk around the house with it. Now, Love said, Alaska Nights, what is the eligibility? Oh, she just said it. It's up ahead. She just said it. Look in the chat. It's right here. Look back in the chat. Love say for family for family members. What is the eligibility for family members? Like I guess you got to prove that you're the family member. Lifestyle changes say you are prepared. You're supposed to. H-Town, I got one of those from Costco. I got it from Costco. I got those little flashlights. That's Betty Bob's. Now, family, listen. I want y'all to understand how to deal with danger when you're dealing with risk and with these claims. So a lot of times we're fearful of getting reduced. We're fearful of them. They try to take everything from me. So let's talk about it. First, you got to identify the risk, measure how bad the risk is. You need to examine, assess what's going on, and then implement the plan. Then monitor your claims. Let's talk about it. First is the risk. Okay, when you're trying to deal with something in life, see, is it a risk involved? Well, no risk. It is a risk because you can file. Let's say you file a claim for your family for a VA home loan. If you file a claim for a VA home loan, you're not risking your benefits, are you? No. If you file for death burial benefits, they're not going to open up a VA claim behind that for your disability. You get me? So some things are not a risk. Now, Love say, H-Town, it's cold there. You have a jacket on. I'm curious. No, my family like to keep that air on. And I get cold up in here sometimes. I go from hot to cold, and they have it on 68 and all that old stuff. Then sometimes they say I have it too cold, so I don't know what's going on. So when it comes to risk, you got to identify, number one, identify whether there is a risk or not. Must be the AC. It is the AC. So she says, back to Love from Alaska Nights. Love is my loved one eligible for burial and interment at Arlington National Cemetery? That's the question. Arlington National Cemetery's eligibility requirements for, let me put myself full up on the screen, for burial and interment are different from other national cemeteries that are maintained by the Department of Veteran Affairs. Eligibility for in-ground burial at Arlington National Cemetery is the most stringent of all U.S. national cemeteries. I thought we couldn't be buried there. I thought I couldn't be buried there. Now, however, most veterans who have at least 1 day of active duty service other than for training and an honorable discharge are eligible for the above. Ground interment eligibility is determined at the time of need, meaning the time of death. We have 18 likes and 19 watching. Thank you for those of you that joined us. And let me get back to Betty Bob said, H-Town funeral director have a veteran for 3 months and was still waiting for the approval of Arlington Cemetery. Let me ask, do you have to pay for that time? Let us know. Now, back to this risk, family. I'm telling you what I do when I had to figure out what was the risk. And remember with my situation, when they tried to do the apportionment, that they sent me the paper. I said, hold on, is this dangerous? Is this something that could hurt me? Whenever the VA is sending you information, and love say, thanks Alaskanites for the information, make sure you read any documents you get from the VA thoroughly. Don't take nothing as harmless. Even when they start out talking about, we not trying to cause you a hardship, whatever. That means it's some chicanery in the game. When they sent me this, some of you saw this when we went over it. But remember, and this is the actual letter, you can see part of it faded out at the top. Alaskanites say, love, you're welcome. That important need reply within 60 days. This is what they told me. This happened back in 2014. Now, let me ask you this here. Have you ever received a document from the VA where they said, hey, you need to reply within 60 days, 30 days? Who've ever received any type of notification from the VA? Put a 1 in the chat. If you never received something, they said you need to reply back immediately. Put a 2 in the chat if you never received that. 1 if you have. Let us know. So when they saw that, you can put yes. Yes, I have. Yes. So that let me know that this was what? A risk. Because they said I have to reply. So I say, what if I don't reply? Is something bad going to happen? So you can put yes or 1. So yes. What was it concerning, family, that you received something from the VA that said that you had to reply back within 30 days? Come on now. MG Smith says yes. J. Oliver say yes. Alaskan I say yes. Betty Bob say yes. Betty Bob say, H-Town, I asked. Yes, the veteran family had to pay for the space that the veteran was held. Okay. Now, Charleston says 1 for a CMP exam. What did they tell you on that? That's interesting. Lifestyle changes. Say yes. Let me tell you, that's risky. Let me explain why it's risky, family. It's risky because if you don't reply, especially to something dealing with a CMP exam, you could lose your chance of getting another CMP exam. That's dangerous. Dangerous. But in the South, say dangerous. What was the risk? Tell me what was the risk if you did not respond to that letter that said you had to respond within 30 days, 60 days? Or have you ever got one that said less? Alaska Knight said if she didn't respond, it was an overpayment for MG Smith. So that was Lord, you had to respond. You know what the risk was for him? That if he didn't, they was going to take his whole check instead of taking part of it. And they might have took it all anyway. What was it for Alaska Nights? A loss of percentage. So these are the risks you have for not responding to the VA when they send you a letter talking about respond in a certain amount of time. Come on now. Yeah. Okay, listen to what it says. Lifestyle changing happened recently. Wow. The VA still sending out these checks, these letters, startling veterans. Let me ask y'all this question. Come on and talk to me. Do they know that that's upsetting to veterans, or do you think they care? Do they know that, hey, respond in 60 days, they got it in big print like that? Do you think they need to come up with another tactic? Lifestyle say happened recently. What was it about? What was yours about that they were so urgent? Lifestyle say, I replied and still lost percentage. Do you see what we go through? She replied and still lost. That's why she over here helping people. She finally got her benefits, but she went through a lot. When Alaskanites first came here, she was juggling with several type of claims at one time. They was taking this for, the doctor was putting wrong information in her medical records. She went back and got those corrected. Talking about her doctor. Come on now. She the one taught us about that, how to do it on the computer. H-Town, I was just at an appointment for physical therapy. Let me get where I can see this on. Family, we're going to talk about this. See, now we're going to look at what happened to me from a different perspective, how you can prepare so you don't be blindsided like me. Who in here that's ever felt like they've been blindsided by the VA? Come on, let us know. And what did they do that you felt blindsided? They said you have a VA debt? Did they tell you that you didn't report this dependent that you lost? What was the blind side? Talk to us. Now, Betty Bob say, H-Town, it was just an appointment for physical therapy that they have never called me and went to patient advocate. Do you know what they did to me? They sent me a letter saying I didn't go to an appointment, and that wasn't true because they never sent me anything saying I had an appointment. And this appointment was like 2 days prior. They sent that letter quick and went up there. They said, oh, that's just automatically generated. I said, no, I don't want to hear that because then y'all going to kick me out the system. Because can they kick you out the system if you miss enough VA appointments? Will they take you off the rolls? Talk to me. Charles and say, H-Town, see control. I told you. And you know what one of my old sisters at the church used to say, control is of the devil. They trying to push your buttons. Should they be trying to push veterans' buttons? Alaskan ICE say, they said they never received a reply. This is what Love saying all the time. It was sent in twice. They had it. What do you do when the VA say you better respond in 60 days? You better respond in 30 days. And you say you already got the information, it's on the file. No, you need to send it again. Do you send it again or what do you do? And then you send it a second time, they say they haven't got it. Isn't that right, Love? Army George, survey letters. Do you ever fill out survey letters that's not related to your claim? MG Smith said, schedule me for CMP exam and wouldn't tell me what it was about. That makes no sense. Find out where the address is and call and ask, hey, do I have an exam? That doesn't make sense. Because you need to take the right medicines to the right exam. What if you're going to a mental health exam, but you're taking your back pain medicine now? What if you're going to a physical exam, but you take your psych meds there? Come on now. You got to be prepared. Now listen to what Love say. Typically, federal agencies lose paperwork not receiving paperwork. But then they send you threatening letters because they haven't done their due diligence. They send you a letter talking about, hey, we need this document. I sent you the document. No, we don't have it on file. Ooh, jump. You reply, how high? That's how they treat us. Don't they treat us like like a rag doll? Jay Oliver say, I didn't fill out a survey letter and they kept sending me a letter about it. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it's harassment when the VA send you letters about filling out surveys and these are voluntary surveys? Are all surveys voluntary? I thought they were. Is that harassment if they keep sending you the survey? Now, look, can you opt out of surveys altogether? You are so right, H-Town. So they got love, send the paperwork, send the paperwork. He sent it 20 times. Some people have to deal with that with Social Security too now. Come on, family. I want y'all to understand what's going on here. I want to relate this to you. Now, family, it hurts me to say it. I got no shame now, but it hurts me to say it. I wanted to, at first I avoided when I had conflict with the VA. I just stopped when I first back in the late 90s and stuff, early 2000s. I said, forget them, man. Avoidance. Who in here, if they get a letter from the VA, they do like Fred Sanford on Sanford and Son. He said, we got a bill. He said, just put it back in the mailbox. Who in here, I ain't gonna ask you, I don't want you to convict yourself, but sometimes do you not open some of the letters from the VA because you don't want to know what it says? Talk to me. And then they say they sent you something that they never did. The dental office told me they tried to call me and they didn't, because I got the call. I kept the call when I called them back and say, hey, I don't want a bridge. I want an implant. The lady said, I'm gonna call you back. They got it set up, they said. But I say, but nobody responded to me. Oh, she called you to cover, and they're covering each other at work. The VA do that too. Betty Bob says, H-Town, complete harassment, and it volunteered to send me the survey back. Now, family, don't get mad. I avoid surveys. I avoid anything that stresses me like that. Do you know they want to inject me with some stuff because I am a Desert Storm veteran, Army George? Did you get that survey? They said they want to put something to see how our body respond to it because of the chemicals we were exposed to. Do you think I want to take that risk? I say, no. I said, they already injected stuff to me over in Desert Storm. So that was an order. I had to take those medicines. So who in here try to avoid conflict with others, conflict at work? Or do you go right and you just go ahead and deal with it? When do you avoid things and when do you address it? Have you ever ignored a letter from the VA because you know you already sent in the information? Talk to us. Do you always have, let me ask you this here. Do you always have to respond when the VA give you a notice saying you got this many days to respond? Put a Y in the chat, put a yes in the chat if you feel like you always have to respond, but you've already sent them information, but they keep asking for it. Do you always have to respond? Are you at risk if you don't? Yes or no? Kevin said you gotta always respond, even when it's redundant. Come on, family. Betty Bob say yes. See, this is stressful, family, because they got control over us, like Kevin said. Alaska Knight says yes. MG Smith says yes. Hold on. Kevin says yes. But what if it ain't making no sense? What they asking you? You already got that straight. Oh, Jay Oliver, I'd love to know why you won't respond if you've already sent it in. And for those of you that do respond after you've already submitted the information, or you don't respond because you feel like it's not related to your situation. Like when they did the apportionment, I knew I was already paying child support, right? So why did I have to respond when they already had my divorce decree on file and I was paying child support and they had that on file? So couldn't I just ignore them and say, you know what? Y'all got all the information. I have a stamped copy. Shut up, I ain't sending you nothing. Why couldn't I just ignore them when I had all the paperwork? Would they have still processed it and caused me harm? Talk to me. Lifestyle say, yes, it's a risk. Coasty say, yes, it's a risk. Charleston say, yes, it's a risk. Love say no. And Jay Oliver say no. Tell me why you say no. I'm about to read Jay Oliver reason why he says it's not a risk. Come on, family. We talking about this thing tonight. See, we came in here, we was all fuzzy. I told you how, I said, do you miss me? You said, I missed you. I say, I miss you. Now we getting down to the nitty gritty. In the words of Johnny Taylor, everything's out in the open. Come on now. Now, listen to what Betty Bob say. H-Town, we all have to be mentally prepared, prepare ourselves for the VA mess. Oh, Lord, give me, family. If you agree with our sister, Betty Bob's, that the VA is it's the VA mess, put one in the chat. That it's the VA mess. That what they doing is a whole bunch of mess. Put a one in the chat. Now listen to what Kevin said, H-Town vet. You never know, it could be an error. Real talk. So y'all think, so it's not professionalism. Betty Bob say, what? It's a whole bunch of mess. Kevin says a whole bunch of mess. Lifestyle Changes says it's a whole bunch of mess. And of course, Betty Bob. And then say, H-Town, preaching again, it's Friday. You understand? This revival night, family. Huh? Jay Oliver say, the VA mess. Coasty say the VA mess. I don't, it kind of bothers me that y'all have such, I thought I was the only one, so y'all agree with Betty Bob's. The VA mess. Man. Say you never know, it could be an error. Jay Oliver, it depends on what the M21-138 CFR says, which is true. But would that stop the VA from garnishing your check, even if they're breaking the law? Talk to me. Now listen, Love say, we are waiting for a denial. Can't do nothing until a denial letter. Ooh, family. H-Town, they drove me off the deep end. How bad did it get, brother? Did you want to go up there and move some furniture around? Huh? Let me ask you this here. How bad did the VA ever do anything that just triggered you and made you boiling mad? Let us know. Let us know, family. Say yes or tell us what it was. What did the worst thing that the VA did to you? What they did to me was send me something talking about they were going to garnish my check when I was already paying child support. What's the worst thing the VA ever did to you? Love say, I just got a recent letter dated May 15th. That's about less than 2 weeks ago, or about 2 weeks ago, 2025. The VA will make a decision after 15 days. All we need is a denial. Aren't you tired? Had the VA ever promised you something and didn't deliver? Come on now. Kevin Cobart Sr. says, H-Town vet, it's your claim or situation, but got to know who you dealing with. See, we got always, I say one from Love. Family, Love, start preparing for that high level review. Come on, family. Can we talk? Y'all know I got nothing but love for you. I'm just an old broke down veteran, but we got to talk. My thing was avoiding because I don't like stress. Because at the time, I didn't know I had post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Now, but I didn't. I got to the point when this letter happened about them trying to garnish my check with an apportionment. I had number two. The first thing you do, identify whether there's a risk. So one, I did, and I said, yes, this is a risk, because they saying if I don't respond by a certain time, they're going to take action against me. Them saying I got to respond by a certain time lets me know that it's a punishment behind it, because if I didn't have to respond, it wouldn't be no punishment. Then number two, I have to measure what the risk was. If you filing for an increase, you need to know what the risk is. If you filing for the PACT Act, you need to know if there's a risk to the benefits that you already got. If you filing more than one thing at a time, they saying it's risky and it might slow your claim down, right? I say go for it if you filing it all at the same time. Now let's see what Charleston says. Worst thing VA worst thing the VA did to me was give me narcotic. They said that would turn me into DOT and take driver's license. Wow. The VA did that. Let me see this, make sure clear. Was give me narcotic. They gave you the narcotic. And they're going to turn you into the DOT and Department of Transportation and take your driver's license. My Lord. Now, that's bad. I hate to hear that happen to you, brother. Lovelow say, Betty Bob's, my claim goes directly to the VAB judge in Washington, D.C., the Veteran Benefits Administration. Okay. We have a court judge order. Do y'all have a trial date or decision time frame? Kevin say to Charleston Zimmerman, who I hate to hear that. Say, wow, I hate to hear that. Okay. Now, Lifestyle says, that's dirty, Charleston. Yes, it is. That's why we got to be able to tell our stories, family. That's why we got to be able to talk. See, we came in, we were singing Negro spirituals, we was having fun, we were kumbaya, but then we got to get into the business because we got to make sure we straight. I have reference code 397 that means Washington, D.C. Okay. That's their code. Kevin Cobar Sr. say, so would that help brother Charleston Zimmerman for claim or SMC? Possibly if he can't leave the house, if they try and take his license and restrict him because of something. Jay Oliver, I don't know the details. Jay Oliver says, I have been retired from a nuclear plant since 2022. I have dedicated my time and energy studying and embracing learning and gaining my benefits. That means treatment, imagining and research, imagery and research. Betty Bob say, shipmate, that's so wrong. Now listen to what our brother Charleston says. But the VA screwed up paperwork 4 months later. I said, if you forget it, I won't tell DOT you broke law. They agreed. Oh, they would agree. Ain't that funny? They agree when they in the wrong, but when they got a chance to harm you, they don't agree to nothing. Just do what we say. Now let's deal with the risk, family. So that's the risk. They gonna give you a general discharge. They gonna take away your 100%, your permanent total. They gonna take away your health care benefits, all these risks. Now with me, they want to take all. When they send me this apportionment when they're taking a part of your money to give to either a spouse that's not living with you or to a children you're not taking care of or a spouse, or to, if you're not with the mother and I was divorced, look what they wanted to get, family. They wanted, now this is the VA. And you were right, Brother Charleston, about something. She wasn't working with a lawyer, but she was working with that Office of Records down at the state court, and they were trying to help her, even though they weren't supposed to do that because the judge already had an order. Yeah, so they were kind of working with her because they sent a letter to them too. I'm gonna show y'all one day. They said that I owe money, or they checking to see if I owe money. Guess what they said? They say, we want a list of all your income. Now look at this here. They wanted a list of all my properties, the value of them, stocks and bonds, bank accounts. This the VA asking for this. Real estate. They want to know my average monthly expenses for all my dependents. They want a statement of my monthly child support if I got that. And they want to know a statement of my spouse's monthly income if I'm married. So this is what they did back in 2014. They saying they wanted they gonna use my spouse, if I had one, whatever money they make, to calculate what I would have to pay in the apportionment. Come on now. They say, what we're doing now, we're gonna initially withhold $250 from your check before they even make a decision. They said we're gonna start this May 1st, 2014. Now this was February, so they know how to move fast when it's giving other people our money. And then they said, what we propose to do, we will initially reduce your monthly check beginning June the 15th, 2012. That's slick talk. Think about this here. This was 2014. So what they talking about reducing my check from 2012? Oh, when I got divorced and I was paying child support, they saying I ain't paying state child support. They gonna take money all the way back from that. That mean they were gonna give up back pay out of my check. And I was already paying child support every month. So family, I want y'all to understand how the game works, the risk that we take. So if I didn't respond and say, nah, I already paid child support, man, I ain't got to do nothing. They'll take all that. This is dangerous and risk. So I considered that to be a high risk. In your situations, when the VA was sending you to the letters, some of the most serious time about you must respond in a timely manner. Did you consider it to be low risk, medium risk, or high risk? Put it in the chat. What did you can put a H for high, a M for medium, or L for low? You know, was it something that it may not have been something as serious as me, where I could have lost everything. Was your situation with the VA, them sending you a letter talking about you have 30 to 60 days to respond? Was it high, low, or medium? Was it high, medium, or low risk? Mine was high risk. Let us know. Come on, be real. And then go and put it in there. MG Smith said it was high. It must have dealt with money. Jay said his was low. Betty says hers was low. It wasn't that big of a sacrifice that would hit her. Okay, let us know. That letter, was it high, medium, or low risk? Now listen to what Brother Charleston said. But the VA screwed up. Okay, I think you told me that. Caught them. It felt so good to tell them. I know it did. Betty Box was low risk. Lifestyle changes say, good job, shipmate. Lifestyle change said it was high risk. Was it dealing with some money? Betty Box say low risk. Love say VA have to make a decision in my case. If a denial, the VA have to make a statement of my case that goes directly to the Board of Review. Now let's see what Brother Charleston said. Now Charleston say should have seen the lady doctor when I said it. She was shocked. I veteran, so smart. Say LC shipmate. Wow. Now mine was a high risk because they was talking about taking money, and this other we're gonna tell you. I said it's high risk. That's what I calculated. So I sent in my rebuttal, right? I sent in my rebuttal. Let me come full screen on this joke. I sent in my rebuttal to him. I made it bigger where y'all can see it better now. Bam. And I told him what was up. And you need to have a rebuttal if you disagree with the decision that they're making. Huh? What did I point out? Go watch our other video if you want to hear the full thing. I'm just going over it. That this was an undue hardship and a violation of my divorce decree and Texas state law for them to take an apportionment out of my check when I was already paying state order child support, but on the federal level, they're going to take money out of my check. Come on now. So you need to put that hardship thing in there, huh? Because when they getting dangerous, you got to have legal terms that protect you in an appeal, and you can get some type of punitive damages from the VA and the individual who's bringing the fraudulent claim. Let's talk about it. Now, this is my most important statement, and I want you to understand. In your rebuttal, you need to call them out individually. Huh? Remember when I was in Virginia, this lady named Reverend Sister Doctor, she was like a preacher or hoodoo person, voodoo person, or something. And she said, I can call your enemies out by name. So look what I said. I gave him a copy of my a quote from my divorce decree, and I said, warning. And this is what you need to do with the VA when they're attacking you and putting your benefits at risk. Say, warning. This is in red. It is considered a contempt of court for the Department of Veteran Affairs or its agents, whoever prepared the document to garnish my check, and ex-spouse to disregard a legal divorce decree instrument that is binding and in effect as it pertains to H-Town vet, father and veteran, and ex-spouse mother as it relates to minor child. Family, let me tell y'all something. You're going to get some of the craziest things from the VA, and they come out of left field with it. So after you do that, now once I got that straight, all right, I assessed the risk. I mean, now I know the level of risk. Now I'm assessing. I'm gonna come up with a plan, family. Come on now. Say, Betty Bob say 18 likes and 19 watching. Yes. See, family, you gotta understand. Brother say, H-Town, who prepared the form for you? I prepared it. One brother gave me the section that say and or its agents, and I think he may have helped me, now that I'm thinking about it, with a legal instrument somewhere around there. But the rest of it I did on my own. But I did it when I was upset. Stuff like this I don't like. I like to avoid conflict, and I couldn't. And I had to learn how to address conflict. Risk management. So now risk assessment. You need to see what the VA is doing. You need to say what's going on and how you can plan to deal with it. What are the possible outcomes? Huh? Risk assessment. What are the possible outcomes if I don't respond to their letter? What are the possible outcomes if I do respond but don't have evidence to rebut what they're saying? What are the possible outcomes if I have evidence and they still approve the apportionment? Outcomes, family, when you have a claim. Say, H-Town, this is good information for sure. Yes, I made it bigger. I'm breaking it down where y'all can relate to it. Now, it depends on the choices you make. You can make good choices and bad choices. If you choose to ignore responding to the letter, I would consider that a bad choice, depending on the situation. Have you ever made bad choices unknowingly when it came to a VA claim? Somebody gave you advice, some bad information. I've made some bad choices when it came to VA claims. I learned from my mistakes. Who've made bad choices? Put BC in the chat if you've made bad choices before when it comes to dealing with the VA. You didn't know how to do it at the time, or you just you had the wrong person representing you, and they made bad choices. Let us know. Put yes or BC. Bad choices or yes. BC, Betty Bob say bad choices. MG Smith say bad choices. J. Oliver say yes. J. Oliver say BC. Lifestyle say bad choices. So a lot of us has made bad choices. What do you think the worst mistake you made? The worst mistake I made was going into a CMP exam and telling the examiner that I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I couldn't even finish that. He still diagnosed me with post-traumatic stress disorder. I said, man, what? That's insane. You say those that upset you control you. Yeah, those that upset you can control you. Now, Family, so when you dealing with anything with the VA, even if it seems harmless, even if it's a survey, make sure that it's not nothing that can hurt you. So do a risk assessment. Is it worth filling that out? Now, love say, my situation is just waiting. Everything was already sent. VA keep repeating itself. Yes. That's meant to discourage you and frustrate you, my brother. All right. Now, because they were talking about I'm already paying state order child support, and the VA was going to garnish my check for federal child support, then I wouldn't be able to pay my state order child support. And guess what's going to happen after that? Not paying the state order child support, as I told y'all before, then I'm going to go to jail, get reduced down to 10%. Huh? When I get reduced down to 10% because I'm in jail on a felony, because child support can be a felony charge, right? Owing a lot of money. Then they going to cut me down to 10% at the VA. Then I'm owe the federal government money. I'm owe the state government. You say, well, H-Town, they're going to finally figure it out. Yeah, after I lost my home, my freedom, my stock, my bond. Come on now. Huh? Now listen what love say. My situation is just wait. Everything was already sent. VA keep repeating it. Okay, I got that. So family, know if your situation is a high-risk situation. Be very careful dealing with the VA, because my situation was a domino effect situation. Who's been in a domino effect situation where if you didn't respond to the VA and if they approve this claim against you or deny you, it would affect other aspects of your life? Let us know. My domino effect, and I'm gonna talk about that after I read what Army Joy say. Regional office is always key on your claim. They have helped me on one of my claims that was deferred. 2 weeks later was approved. Okay, that's good. If you give it the right people, yes. But they were hostile to me at this time, no help. And so if I would have faced incarceration if I had to pay child support twice out of the same source of income. I would have lost custody of my daughter while I was incarcerated. Do you see the domino effect? I lost my driver's license. My vehicle that I was paying for, if I was paying for it at the time. Foreclosed on my house, because how you gonna pay a house note making $130 at 10%? And if you lost my passport, see, then they'll come back, give me everything back. You can get your money back. But then I lost everything, so it don't matter. I lost my home, and they ain't helping me get my home back. Now I got a bad thing with the VA when it comes to VA home loans. I can't use one. Now the fourth thing, when you're dealing with risk, is implementation of your plan. You've already dealt with the plan and the risk assessment. Now you need to deal with the implementation. So how did I implement my plan? Come on, how did I implement my plan? Let me show you. So I put my plan into action, family. That's when you really start making waves with the VA, when you put the plan. I gave them the law and my personal rebuttal. My 9 points why I disagree, and the law that said that they were in error. Say, damn, H-Town, they put you through it. Yes. So what I did, and this is what I want all of you to do. If you've ever used the law to win your claim, if you've ever used law with the VA, put something that symbolizes the law emoji, a law emoji in the chat, or put the word law in the chat. If you've ever used, now Lifestyle Changes says, I have sleep apnea deferred for 2 years. What do you do to deal with that? Now listen, look what it says, Charleston. VA can't be sued, H-Town. You would have to been a Been in a fix, huh? Yeah. You would have been in a fix, yeah. Because of the fact the VA can't be sued, the VAB, no. Because remember, they're gonna give me all my money back, but that's gonna be after I've lost my home, after my child support at the state level is in the arrears, after I've lost my car, after I lost everything, custody of my child. They say, oops, we made a mistake. Here you go. We were relying on the other person. Too bad. Go on with your life. What? Yeah, that's been a fix. Now, Alaska Knight says she used the law to win a claim. Who in here have used the law to win a claim? Now, say, I didn't let my female CNP examiner, this is Jay Oliver, take pics of my public area. There was a skin condition she noticed. Now let's see what Alaska Knight says. After a year, it is a backlog claim and should get priority. Yeah, I was able to use the law. So let me tell y'all what. See, I don't know, we had that back then. This was back in 2000. Need to do a VERA claim. This happened back then for me. So I was able to get it done because they sent me this, and in 3 months we're gonna hold $250. And then if we approve the claim, we're gonna go back 2 years and give her back pay. So what I said was this, according to the federal, that's why I say I use the law now. So they would have to break the law, and I'm letting them know I know what the law is. According to this is what I told them. According to current federal veteran law rules and regulations, 38 CFR 3.450 general apportionments. Section C, no apportionment will be made where the veteran is providing for dependents. The additional benefits for such dependents will be paid to the veteran. Because I was already paying state court-ordered child support, the extra money I got from my daughter, they couldn't use because I use that. I keep that money. But she was asking for full child support from the VA and keep getting the full child support at the state level. That's why I say be careful, because some things what if I never got that letter? What would have happened to me? What if I didn't open it or misplaced it? And this is what I did. Why the VA should not grant an apportionment. Whatever your situation is, this is what you tell them. I told them it would get me incarcerated. I told them she was double dipping. I told them I wouldn't be able to meet my basic needs. I told them I already had a state order child support. I told them that I would not be able to pay my court order child support and face imprisonment. And I said she was doing it to enrich herself. I showed them how much money she made, how much child support she got, and I showed that I made way less than her. Guess what? They let it go, but not without it affecting me to this day. That was a hard thing. Number 5, monitor the situation. What do you do to monitor your claims, family? Let us know here. What do you do to keep track? Remember, I told you, I did a video on how to get an update on your claim. How do you monitor what they're doing? How do you track your claim? Alaska Knight, you said you track your claims how? And monitor what they're doing if they're taking money out your account. How do you monitor a risk? Track it. How do you track it? Let us know. How do you track what's going on with you, love? Let us know. And you always wait on the results, and you want those results to be favorable toward you. And I wasn't going to stop until they were. Now look, all of a sudden they say they were going to take money out starting in May, but on what was this here? When was it? On June the 2nd, they said dear Mr. H-Town vet, we have decided the claim for an apportionment share of your VA benefits on behalf of your dependent child effective June 2015, June 15, 2012. So they made a decision. What was their decision? Whenever you're looking at anything with the VA, look and see, they're going to say what we decided. Why we decided to deny the claim. The claimant, which was the other parent, failed to show a need because they got to fill out a form and have to sign that they don't get any child support, and that would have been fraud. And I said, if they do that, I'm gonna prosecute them for facilitating fraud, and I'm gonna sue them. I don't care if I could or not, and I'm gonna sue her. And then also the veterans paying $500 a month in child support. I was paying way more than that a month, but they didn't know what they're talking about. They just making up stuff. So that's my situation. So now let me ask you this here. How do you deal with stressful situation, risk situation? Do you try to avoid them when you go in places? Now listen, say, I would also contact the VSO or regional office once a claim went over 6 months. Every, 6 months every. Okay, yes. So yeah, I contact my VSO. Who got a claim that's been pending for more than a year? Come on, let us know. If you got a claim, a VA claim that's been pending for over a year. So you say more than 9 months after. Or let us know how long yours has been. How long is your claim you've been waiting on? How long have you been waiting? So Lifestyle Changes says, I've been waiting, and I want y'all to know here, family, that you are not alone, because I didn't have the support that I have now from you wonderful people. We didn't have no way to connect back then because we didn't know about this. Wow. Look at all these people, what they saying. 2023. You've been waiting. Wow, y'all been waiting over a year. Just know you're not alone here. That's why I want to let y'all know what Michael Jackson said. You're not alone. I am here with you. Love that song. You're not alone. You can get help at the crisis line. Yeah, I've called it before. I won't pull y'all up on the screen in the chat, but if you call them before, you can put a one in the chat. But I won't pull it up where people can see it on live stream. I call crisis, it helped me. I just chat with them. They won't give me no trick. And that's dial 988 and press 1. And make sure you get the help you need. You need help. But that ain't the only way you can get help. In the chat, here at the chat, this is a place I get help. Now, so Betty, you made a smile. I ain't gonna pull it up though, Betty. Let me see what it's saying. H-Town, you are so right. This is a luxury compared to back then. Come on now. Come on now. Now listen. Tell me, you can say it in one of so many words. How has the live chat helped you? What's the benefits of the live chat? Why do you look forward, if you do look forward to coming and communicating? What do you get out of it? What is the benefit for you coming here to the channel? How does it benefit you? Dealing with the VA, dealing with life. Let us know. I'm going to tell you what I really feel. In addition to love, I feel support. Now, let's see what y'all talking about these claims. Betty Bob say, oh, I didn't mean to pull it up. She said, I'm sorry, sister. I just had one just get denied from 2022. Anybody in the appeal stage, write appeal in the chat. Who's in the appeal stage? If you got an appeal hanging out, or is it an original claim? If it's an original claim, put OC for original claim. What benefits you coming here, fam? Let us know. What is the benefit of being here? What it has to help, okay. And let us know. Jay Oliver say, it's a great sounding board for my ideas and my problems. I guess that's the support I get here. It's a sounding board. We're able to hash things out. We're like a think tank. You know what I'm saying? Now, Charles say, found out I not only one gaslighted by VA, especially after H-Town story. So why is that? Why does that story? I went into it in another broadcast. Why does that story resonate with you? What I went through. Why does that resonate? Now, Gary says, everybody say hi to Gary. 2 high-level review and a supplemental. So tell me what type of claims you got out there. Gary got 2 high-level reviews and a supplemental. Wow. Now Gary says, wow, Phantom, we've been on there 3 hours. It don't even seem like it. Gary says, y'all know something crazy. Hacks and Weir all in the same storm. Yes. We compare notes. Are you up there with it? Coasty has a supplemental out right now. Kevin has an appeal out right now. Kevin Cobar Sr. Betty Bob says, H-Town, I am not the only one going through the claim process. Yes, indeed, you're not. Last night saying hi to Gary. Betty Bob say hello, Gary. Then Lifestyle Changes says greeting, Gary. And Bionic Woman, the deaconess coming in with the Lord's greeting. Hi, Gary, blessing him. Okay. So right now, Charleston has an original claim out there. Do y'all have any advice to help Charleston with his original claim? Let us know what that claim is for if it's not being too, getting too personal with you about it. Let us know, brother, so we can do something to advice or help. Do you want any advice from us? Let us know. We're in the after party. MG Smith say, good evening, Gary. Charleston say, hello, Gary S. Coasty said hi to Gary. And then Charleston said, original claim. Now listen to what Alaskan Ice says. And let me pull it up on the screen. I was told that sometimes if you have several claims going at one time, they get intertwined and stuck in the systems. They say that should be a problem no more. Who've ever been told that before? That if you submit a whole bunch of claims at one time, that may slow things down, which is why you sometimes have to call several times. Do you believe it, Alaskan Ice, when they say that? Do you agree? Has it been your experience that that's the case? Let us know. Now, Lifestyle Changes says, high-level review supplemental. Then Gary said, high-level review for rhinitis, rated 0. High-level review for denied cervical degenerative disc. And GERD supplemental for left thumb arthritis, denied for service connection in 1989. Let us know if you can help. She says sometime it is. Okay. I hear you, Alaskan Nice. Now, Gary says, Good evening, family. I've been listening for a while, but didn't want to interrupt. You're never interrupting, brother. You are welcome here. Now, Lifestyle Changes said, yes, that happened to me a few months ago. Okay. Now listen, Alaska Night says they are bunched up, and 2 out of 4 may be able to be rated. Sometimes they do, when you have a lot of them, they'll do deferred. They'll approve. Whoever had them, you had, let's say 4 or 5 claims in, they approved 2, and the other ones they still working on. Have you ever had a partial approval like that, where they approve certain conditions because it was easy to make a decision, and then deferred the other ones? Whoever had it happen like that? So it happened to me a few months ago from Alaska Lifestyle. Alaska Night said, okay, I read that one. Now listen to what Lifestyle Changes said. I bet I'm the only one in here to get severed from 0%. Wow. Whoever lost 0%, somebody in here probably has. Whoever had a 0% rating and they lost that. She said, yes. Man, family, that's, oh, Coach said he has. Now, family, y'all have been so incredible. And I don't want to hold you because we're going to be on Sunday. We've been at 2 hours and 57 minutes. Do y'all think we got something accomplished tonight? Let us know. Did we accomplish anything tonight? Let us know, family. Let us know, family. Let us know. And I want to ask you this here tonight. Go ahead. I'm going to let y'all. Let me see. Charleston say, every claimant different, and regional office counts also. Raiders rule. So what are the factors that affect claims? Say yes. Okay, lifestyle change. Listen to Alaskan Ice. Y'all don't know, family. I feel important now. Alaskan Ice says always informative. Oh, to hear from somebody that's so informative. I want to ask people, how have everything been going with you, Bionic Woman? How's everything going with you, Alaskan Ice? How was your move? And I pray with you, Bionic Woman. You know, God bless you and your family in these times. Now, Jay Oliver says they closed 2 of them and combined them into get reproduction quotas and deferred, then rated 1. Wow. So this is beneficial, good life lessons. Okay. How's it helping you? Let us know. She said, good. Bionic Woman say, good life lessons. Man, I'm telling you, I learned so much when I come here. Y'all heard what H-Town said? I learned when I come here because y'all have experiences that I may not have had. Remember, somewhat of my limitations, I'm only service connected for mental health. But I have other injuries. I just never filed. When I did file, I didn't get them approved. Lifestyle Changes say, yes, Jay Oliver. That's what I heard they do. Them doggone quotas. Do you think they get bonuses for denying veterans claims? Do y'all believe that? Who believe that? And family, I hope we answered the question tonight. Say yes. You think they get bonus? MG Smith say he think. Did we answer the question tonight? How to navigate risk with the VA claims office? Did I navigate it properly? What could I have done differently when I did quoting the VA law and then gave them my rebuttal, my 9 points? Did I do it right? What else could I have added in there? Now, Lifestyle Changes says, I also believe that they rushed them. Now, do you think that's because of Dougie getting on their case? Now, Betty Bob says, H-Town, have a beautiful Saturday. Charleston Zimmerman and Lifestyle, stay safe. Y'all stay safe with those tornadoes up there. Alaskan Ice, did you move in properly? Everything straight, Alaskan Ice. You're learning area. I hope you're doing well. You know H-Town is here. Hope you're doing well. I love this side of town. Alaskan Ice, enjoy your new apartment. And Bionic Woman, hope you're feeling better. Good night, family. Yes, they get bonuses for denying. Oh, she had to slide that in right at the end. You just like your shipmate. Yeah, y'all say good night, then yeah, they get bonuses. You say, I'll slide it in. Jay say, my last rating was 20% for dry eyes. I don't know. I may have met a few people that I very rarely meet people that get ratings for dry eyes. Now listen what Lifestyle Changes say. Yes, I believe they get something. One thing they don't get is fired. Wow, facts. Oh boy, y'all something else. Now listen to Charleston. After a year, Raider gets performance review. How many approvals over denials? Is that fair? So they kind of encourage them to deny. Okay, you got everything moved. Alaskan Ice, you got everything moved. Do you have it all? Or have you opened all the boxes yet? Huh? Now she said, I like the area. A lot of new apartments and businesses. Yes, it's wonderful. The energy feels so much better since you here, sister. I'm telling you. Let me see if I missed anything. Okay, let me get it. Brother said, Charles said, after a year, Raiders get performance reviews. How many approvals over denied? I remember I read that. And Alaskan Ice say, Betty Bob, I hope all is well. Have a good night. Me too. I want you. And then Bionic Woman say, Betty Bob's, thank you and be safe. Have a good night. Lifestyle says, you as well. Betty Bob's. And she said, yes, I love the area. And you know, because you got I-10, you got the West Park Toll, or you can go down to 59, depending on where you're at, you know. Now, Jay Oliver say, good night, family. Another great pop-up live. Thanks for my P&T party. He received his 100% permanent total, Jay, and he said we encouraged him to keep fighting. Now listen, Bionic Woman says, Alaskan Ice, congratulations on your new dwelling. Now, do you have a balcony? Do you have like a do you like the parking? Is it close to where you can get to your place? Now, Charleston said, Doge answered that. Cause fired for performance. Yes. Yes, it did. Now, Alaskan Ice say, I went through all of the boxes, but still need to find a few things. I hope you didn't lose anything, sister. I have to go back through some of the bags. Okay. I hope you didn't lose anything. Now, Costa says, Jay, congratulations, brother. Everybody congratulate Jay before he leave. He got his 100% permanent total. He just got the message right before he got on the live. Rejoice with him if you ain't had a chance to do so already. Congratulations, brother Jay Oliver, for your 100%. your 100% permanent total rating. Alaskan Ice says, Bionic Woman, thank you. Lifestyle Changes say, have a good one, Jay Oliver. Don't party too hard. Bionic Woman says, good night, Jay. And Lifestyle Change said, yes, congratulations, Bionic Woman, on your move. Now it was Alaskan Ice that moved. Did you move? You was in the quiz last time, Bionic Woman. Did you be able to go watch the last we did about 11 quiz things. You, Coasty, I mentioned Alaskan Ice, but she wasn't one of the answers. She was one of the answers, but she wasn't the answer. It was about you. I asked the question, what state? Now I say, what I asked the question? What city does Bionic Woman live in, and what branch of service? Look, Cedric back. Look, Cedric. Thanks, Cedric. Say congratulations, Jay. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, family. Y'all, Jay, congratulations. Lifestyle says, oh yeah. Let's see what Alaskan Ice says. Jay, I'll say thank you and the praises. Cedric, they say hi to Cedric. Alaskan Ice say, they even have a charging station for cars. My Lord. Hold on, I got to read you other little detail. Now listen to what Alaskan Ice says. I am downstairs. That's a good thing. I have a good sized patio. See, she got a patio. She don't have to worry about no balcony. New small fence like the last place, so my daughter can't go outside. Okay. Parking spaces are small here. Okay. Small. So you know it's a give and take. Cedric did say congratulations, Westwood Hundo Club. Charleston say, night, Jay. Again, congrats. Hold on, family. Hold on. I thought I saw what's your name in here? I thought I saw alumni, because I missed you, alumni. Where you at, 04? We miss you. Charleston say, hi, Cedric. Now, Jay Oliver says, thank you all. Praise God for the 100%. What advice do you have to him that he need to do now that he got his 100%? What was one of the first things you did when you got your 100%? Or if you get your 100%, you may not have it yet. What would be some of the first things you do? Calculate back pay, pay some bills off, get your Champ VA set up for you, Chapter 35 for your family. What? Bionic Woman say, hi, Cedric. MG Smith said, congratulations, Jay. It's a good feeling, and welcome to the Hundo Club. Now, Lifestyle Changes says, congratulations, Alaskan Ice. Cedric say, hi, everyone. Glad to hear from you again. Charleston said, Alaskan Ice. Buying a Tesla soon? Oh, she might already have one. Oh, she say, no, you don't want no Tesla? That's free charging in your area. Alaskan Ice say, I meant daughter's cat can't go out. Because I was tripping out. You know why I was tripping out, Alaskan Ice? I say she got her 24-year-old daughter or the 19-year-old where they can't go out and play. I'm like, I didn't want to say nothing. Kevin Colbert Sr. say, congratulations, Jay. Now, Alaskan Ice said, Lifestyle Changes, thank you. Lifestyle Change say, greetings, Cedric. Family, did we do it again? What she say? I did it again. Britney Spears. I gave him my heart. I like old Britney Spears. I hope everything work out for her. She's a Louisiana girl. So Bionic Woman say the first thing she would suggest that you do, Jay, is set up Champ VA property tax exemption, because that's saving money. And go back to make sure that when you set up the Champ VA, if you've been paying for health care, that they go back to your effective date for your dependents. Same for if they go into school with Chapter 35. Now, another thing, this is the most powerful one. You 100%, see if your state offers a total tax exemption for 100% permanent total. And they're going to probably pay your taxes back, and they might give you back money. Coastie said, Kevin, you're next, brother. 100%. Kevin, oh, we can smell it. We can feel it. Family, I want to thank y'all for coming in here on a Friday and joining us, because you really made me feel, I felt like, because sometimes I be fussing, it hurt my feelings, because I don't want to be a bad person, and I just be trying to express myself. And thank y'all for giving me a place where I can express myself. And I want you to know how important you are to me and to the channel and to the fellow people in the chat and the people that are watching live and recorded who may never say nothing, but they're sitting here enjoying what we're doing, learning from it. Even the haters, let me tell you something. I thank you all that have come through, the people we've had disagreements, and I had to ban some of you, but I still appreciate you helping the channel while you were here, regardless of your motives. I'm glad you did things to help, and I do appreciate that, okay? We just will not tolerate disrespect, because it's not fair to the other people. Can't nobody, because if I let one act a fool, that means everybody act a fool. Now let's see what he said. Kevin said back to when Coastie said, just waiting till you get your 100%. He said, Coastie, you already know. I'm just waiting for that 100%. Look what he said. Kevin Kobar Sr. said, I'll be praying for this blessing for me and my family. And it's going to bless your family, because a lot of dependents you get at that 100%, a lot of the benefits are for the dependents. MG Smith said, H-Town, good night, and family, good night. Everybody say good night to each other. Now, Coastie say, Kevin, you'll get it. Then, now look, if you get it, you got to go up there to Massachusetts and go to one of them pubs and have a drink, even if you just drink milk with Coastie, because Coastie was there for you. Gary said, good luck, Kevin, on the 100%. Oh, always. Then Alaska Night says, good night, everyone. Y'all don't know how excited I am. My neighbor got the fence fixed, and we've had little situations, but I'm so happy. And you know what I'm gonna do with my neighbor, since he did that. When people do good, you got to reward them. When I put more grass down, I'm gonna put it on his yard. I'm gonna tell him not to cut it so low we won't keep dying, because I'm a grass guy. Alaska Night say, good night, everyone. We can't let you leave. You living in your nice condo, doing good. I'm gonna stop hating, Alaska Night. We missed you. We glad you here, because I missed you because you were gone. I was sitting around with my head hanging down, Alaska Night. Huh? Now, listen what Kevin said. Coastie, yes, sir. Lifestyle Change say, good night, fam. Gary say, good night, fam. Where you at? I ain't see love. Sometimes he fall asleep. He don't like saying good night, though. He don't like leaving. Charles say, good night, family. Then Kevin says, Gary, yes, sir. Lifestyle Changes say, prayers for you, Kevin Kobar Sr. Let me say a quick one. God bless everybody that's trying to get the 100%. Bless Kevin Kobar Sr. and his wife and his children, his stepchildren. Bless all of them, God. We ask that you be there to protect him, put a protective hedge around him, and we ask you these things in Jesus' name. Amen. And if you're not religious, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Now, MG Smith say, Bionic Woman, we're Air Force. Yeah. Yes, we told him. You look at the last one. You was one of the questions. I forgot who got it right. Some of them, because it was a hard question because I was asking stuff. When I see y'all, sometimes I be thinking, I say they don't care about me no more. And I be sitting in the window looking outside saying, that's all right. I ain't worried about it. I be saying, well, Mama, see my people again. Now, I'll take him out on a ship. That ship with your name on it, that Coast Guard ship. Do that, yes. Let me ask you this here. Do y'all have in Massachusetts, I don't know if y'all have the crabs, do y'all have them live, those king crabs? Are they live? Or because down here in Texas, they're already cooked by the time we get them. Do y'all ever get them live? Let us know up there in Mass, or is that more in Maine? Where you have to go to get them where they can cook them live for you? Let us know, Coasty, if you know. Cedric say, good night, fam. Cedric, I want to see you more. Come in here and chat. We miss you. Cedric has always been cool. Kevin say, lifestyle changes. Thank you. Now, we got Bionic Woman that says, I will be praying for you, Kevin, for your 100%. Yes, indeed. None but the righteous shall see God. I was thinking about that song. Kevin Kovacs say, good night, family, and prayers. Say good night to the missus for us, too. We thank you. Because when y'all came up, that was such a blessing. Y'all came up on the line. They say I can be a jokester. You know, I can cut up. Y'all said, why you ain't doing it? Because I cut up too much. Because these tell me, cut that out, boy. You know, but I thank y'all. Bionic Woman, good night, Mr. Zimmerman. Gary says, good night, love, even if you're asleep, LOL. He said, I'm still here. One night, love was in here, but he was knocked out. He want to apologize. You ain't got to apologize. Love is committed. He said, I'm still here. He don't like saying good night. He don't like leaving. Kevin Kobar Sr., thank you, Bionic Woman. Lifestyle change, say amen. That's right. Huh? The Bible say they encourage them, they encourage themselves in the Lord. Now we got to encourage each other. Huh? Gary say amen. Love say, I'm still here. Y'all know when I hear something, I be wondering what it is. Cedric say, hey, brother. I am always here. Oh, Cedric, you always here. Oh, Cedric be sitting back in the cut. Thank you. I didn't know. Cedric say he always here. Thank you so much, Cedric. I'm wondering why I'm getting so many views. Sometime when we done, we might have 100 views, 200 views. We had one by the time we finished the live stream. They're not showing all the numbers, family, because more y'all be chatting than they saying is here. Sometime we had 320, and one night about a week or so ago, we had 340 people watching before the live stream was over. Come on now. And we got a lot of people that come in and out that's been here, or some people sitting back in the cut. Now listen what our brothers say. I don't have crabs. Oh, Lord, no. I ain't mean you got anything like that. I'm talking about the king crabs. No. I'm trying to explain now. I'm copying, please. No, misunderstanding. Bionic Woman say, good night. Sleep, everyone. Have a good sleep, everyone. Now listen to what lifestyle changes. Those crabs are up there with Betty Bops in Maryland. You were keeping that secret, Betty Bops, that y'all can get those crabs live. That's right, Maryland have all that up there. I have to support the channel, Cedric said. Thank you. Well, family, y'all been so incredible. Thank you, Cedric, and love to you and your family. I'm telling y'all, I hope we're making a difference, meaning H-Town. Y'all are making a difference. I hope that this is helping y'all and y'all understand that I mean this from my heart. And that's why I take it so passionately. And thank all of you for supporting the channel. And we thank you. And we want to call it a night. We've been here 3 hours and 20 minutes. It just got there. And until next time, family, Hold on till next time. Listen what he said. He said, Charles say, oh Lord, lifestyle changes, shipmate. Betty Bob's don't have crabs. Shame. No, I'm talking about crabs in the sea. Oh Lord, I'm making it worse. Oh Lord. I'm talking about king crabs. Y'all ain't gonna let me make it. You can't never get nowhere, especially with no Navy people. Cedric, you got me on that one. Family, I want y'all to have a good night until next time.